we go.
We're live.
It's an empty room.
It is an empty room. I know we need Malcolm. He'd be like coming at you. I don't remember what the rest of it
Neither do I. No one does.
thing was, but we chased them all away.
You could read the email because I think I put the intro in the email.
Oh, gee.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, just read the Bart, read the email.
No. Remember, I'm not allowed doing the intro after the last time.
That's right. No, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, come on now.
Carrie, would you like to do the intro?
Well, I got to try to find.
We have plenty of time.
No pressure.
There we go. So welcome to the Arcade Hangout, the world's longest running live arcade podcast. Now four of us, thank you, Leo, for coming back, are a group of classic arcade collectors who like to meet once a week to discuss, which is kind of funny. We like to meet once a week, but we like to chat all the time and occasionally meet twice a week during quarantine periods to discuss our hobby of arcade collecting, drinking beer and other cocktails, and general 70s to 80s and 90s topics. If you haven't done so, please subscribe so you will be alerted when the next show goes live, because that instant that we go live is obviously really well honed and just perfect.
Hey, in a couple of weeks, this is going to be the best live entertainment around. Trust me on that one, right?
I know, right? Although, no, because fucking everybody's doing YouTube stuff. Like, it's like, oh, hey, I'm doing my dishes. I'm going to live stream this now. I'm seeing all this. So, yeah, all over Facebook.
Extroverts just like, I need to talk to someone.
Yeah.
So this is episode 213. Because we jumped an episode because we did one on Saturday. So yeah, and maybe we'll do another one this Saturday. That's up in the air. But if you were subscribed, you would know.
That's right.
Hey. And there's a little dinger bell thingy somewhere over there, so you get a notification free.
Yeah, at no charge. Yeah, we don't charge a penny for this shit.
Yeah.
So how y'all doing? How's it been for the last 3 days? I feel like we just saw you.
I know. Yet it also feels like a really long time ago. Today's a holiday for me, so I feel like I'm back on another weekend. But then tomorrow I have to go back to work, so it'll be like a Monday on a Wednesday. But it's Cesar Chavez Day.
Oh.
So. And I went outside and I did some weeding. I don't call it gardening because I hate it. People who like puttering in the garden call it gardening gardening. But for me, it's yard work or weeding. And and it reminded me of the backbreaking labor of the farm workers, because it really fucking sucks. You're bending over. I'm like, oh my God, they need better health care. This sucks. My knees hurt. My back hurts. So I felt it was an appropriate way to celebrate Cesar Chavez Day.
Yeah, NPR was going on about the workers having to work, and then basically they're not getting sick days, so they're having to work while they're sick to pick artichokes and whatever else from the Central Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Bad stuff.
Yeah, and I'd heard that there's some issues in Southern California. Have had some labor shortages because they've closed down the border more. Right. So, surprise, surprise, not everybody's able to show up to work.
So they're not letting work visas through anymore, or what's the?
I don't know the details. I just heard kind of the headline on it, but I didn't delve in. I did not delve in deeper but that'd be my guess, because they're shutting shit down. But getting food is still an essential job.
Still important, kind of important.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Food? Who needs that?
I know. I scored eggs today though. Woo!
Oh, nice.
I'm not logged into the IRC yet. I don't know if the Island Pirate.
Did you just buy the one carton? Or
yeah, it's all I was allowed. Yep.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yes.
Look at that.
That's probably. And there were only 2 cartons of eggs left. And I walked up and I'm like, shit, these are gonna be all broken. But no, that carton was perfect. It's actually, and they're the jumbo, so I even get more egg for my for my 1 carton that I'm allowed. This was at the grocery outlet. I was so excited. I'm like, yes, I got that. I got my my vet CBD stuff for my dog. Island, like I said, I'm not logged into the IRC yet, but Island Pirate at one point was like, I can send you, but it's like the stuff I use has some THC in it, so that probably wouldn't fly going through.
Yeah, I don't think sending it.
Yeah, like if it was just CBD. Yeah, if it was just CBD, it would probably be okay. But this is like a 20 to 1, 20 CBD to 1 THC. But I'm probably have enough for like 2 months now. Now that I think we should rename it Hunkering in Place, because it just sounds a little
Less ominous.
a little less threatening than shelter
Yeah,
in
but
place.
do
Like,
No,
you have
hunkering
enough,
down.
Carrie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as Billy Idol would say. Oh, that's probably there's probably like you could probably only do that song for like 4.5 seconds before you get flagged.
Yeah.
Fucking Billy Idol.
Mhm.
I know. I was going through. I'm like, I kept coming across songs that are like perfect for this time. Like I was like, because like David Bowie and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, there's so many songs that like ring true like right now. Like. So good. Yeah.
Oh, that's the bass line that Vanilla Ice wrote, right?
Yeah.
It's like MC Hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Louis
Any-
Cooper Jr. What's the guy that wrote the song for
Rick James.
Ghostbusters?
Oh, Ghost Ray Parker.
Yeah. I know it wasn't Louis Gossett Jr., but yeah. So yeah, where he ripped that off too.
What song isn't ripped off these days?
Anything that's current, because
Yeah.
it all sucks.
Something from the
Although
80s.
they keep redoing. Yeah, no, that's true though. There's a lot of remaking or reimagining songs, and it's all garbage.
Yeah. It's like the movies
True.
for the most part.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways.
How many times can you
So,
respring this?
Steve, we've been waiting for 15 minutes now for you to do the intro.
Yeah, way to go.
Sorry. I had to go wash. I had to go wash my glass
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look
and
at
put
that.
some peak
Ooh.
conditions in there from Stone.
Oh, I did read the intro as written in the email, but it doesn't have the same charm as yours. I just
Oh,
wasn't. I'm just, the energy isn't quite there yet.
all right, here we go.
The animation.
Oh, wait. Take two.
Take two.
Take two.
Okay, yeah, we'll cut that in post.
Yeah.
There.
Nice.
Welcome to the Arcade Hangout, everybody, where people finally beat Toki and hide from the coronavirus.
Keep going.
And we're a place where a group of friends like to get together once a week, or sometimes twice a week. We had a bonus show Saturday. If you didn't miss it or didn't catch it, it's on.
If you didn't,
YouTube.
If you did,
well, yeah, they
If you
would
missed
know
it,
if they didn't miss
Yeah,
it.
if you didn't miss it, you didn't miss much. Okay, so yes, Arcade Hangout, group of friends like to get together once a week, talk about arcade machines and current events and avoid coronavirus and wash our hands after we poop.
Well,
and
I was
pee.
always doing that. But yeah.
Yeah.
And we are all here and we're all still healthy. So welcome everybody, and welcome to the longest running arcade podcast in the world. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's
The most sanitized podcast.
Or maybe
in the world.
And Jim's supposed to roll the disclaimer at that point, but
Oh yeah, cue it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've dropped the ball a little bit on that one. Yeah. Now it's going to be like, warning: we all wash our hands and stay 6 feet away. And
we need a cute, yeah.
yeah, and we believe the coronavirus is dangerous. And yeah, just like
Yeah.
this.
We
have
have
the
tools
most-
here. We're looking for trades. You know,
Yeah.
Centipede, Warlords. Like, throw some trades out there. Here we
Yeah.
go.
During times like these, things get a little bit political at points, and yeah, just like it just keeps going.
Yeah.
It's like a 3-minute fucking disclaimer.
Yeah, how about we are the most washed arcade podcast?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Cleansed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wash our hands during the
Because if you've
show.
smelled the other guys,
Oh, yes. Smell.
Not always awesome.
smelling,
Lemony fresh.
I'm just
smelling 10 times more feminine than the other guys.
What does it smell like? In the gym, you got to queue up lemony fresh.
Oh, you gotta prep me. Where are the show notes?
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Seabart just
Oh,
don't
speaking
know.
of cartoon
Just
sound
flashed
effects,
Bud
so
White under his.
Someone send you the
Night
chomp?
Flyer, yes,
Oh, there it is.
That's the
chomp
one.
sound.
yeah. Brian sent it to me.
I was okay.
the
Here
other
we go.
night.
Get ready
Yeah.
with the sound effect, Jim. Here we go.
Okay.
I was petting my cat, then it got a little angry, and then it chomped on my hand.
Yeah.
Ate that
Oh,
steak,
man.
and it was really good. I just took it and I went.
This is gonna be a half an hour segment.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for lemony fresh, but that's all right.
I'm sorry about that one. I thought that. Yeah, I already played the No More for Me things. I'm driving, but you weren't around.
Okay,
for
you
that
ready?
one.
Okay, here we go. We wash our hands, and after we're done, we smell them, and they smell.
Lemony fresh.
There we go. There we go.
The pressure was on. I couldn't find it. And-
Okay, how's that for starting? Is that good?
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, that was
yeah.
really good. That had like 1,000 times more energy than I had.
chopper.
Yeah.
I think it's funny we did it twice.
Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. I'm exhausted from going out in the world. I'm not used to it anymore.
Oh, it's scary
It's
out
weird.
there.
Yeah,
People
it
are
is.
looking-
I love
and you got to watch
traffic
out for
right
the
now,
people
though.
that
Oh yeah.
don't care about this or are oblivious to the 6 feet thing.
Oh yeah.
Like they come
Right?
around corners and it's like they're beelining towards you. I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you walking this way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's the little X marks where you're supposed to stand at the checkout,
Yep.
and they're like, "Oh
And then
no, I'm
someone
going to
just
come over
walks
and
right
unload
past.
my stuff right,
Next-
I've
behind
done a
you."
lot. I've
Breathe
done a
on
lot
you.
of Minnesota passive aggressive head shakes.
Yeah,
Gotten
that's
some good
brutal in
laughs.
Minnesota.
My
Oh, it
daughter.
is.
My daughter's
Use
doing
those
the
in driving
shopping.
too.
My daughter's doing the shopping because she's young and the healthy one, right? Okay,
Yeah.
you know, she can handle the virus probably better than me. So she's out fighting the germs and getting the stuff. And then when she brought it home, like she got home, I put on my rubber gloves and grabbed all the bags. We put the bags, we take everything out of the bags and put those in the garage to sit for 3 days. So the virus can die if it's on the bags. Then I took each item and used spray stuff and wiped every single fucking thing. It took me over an hour to put the groceries away. Oh, then I had to wipe the
they're
counters,
rotten.
you know, and
Yeah.
all this food's rotten.
All your eggs are warm.
You guys remember the
It
Saturday Night
happened.
Live bit, the anal retentive chef? That just totally reminds me of that.
Oh,
No.
that's right. Oh my God, I forgot about that,
Is
Gak.
that a
That's
skit?
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd have like the
Like, are you doing
refuse
what
and
Rock
he'd go to
does?
throw away some food and he has to put it in a paper bag and label the paper bag and then wrap that in tin foil and then put it into a plastic baggie and then he can actually drop it in the garbage can.
Well, it happened to
It's
me
like
today.
OCD chef.
Yes, totally. Yes, anal retentive chef is what is.
Oh,
I had to go get
funny.
some. I had to get some groceries today, and also stop at Menards to pick up some stuff. Oh, by the way, hardware stores are worse than the grocery stores. So many people, like it was just absolutely crowded at Menards. I don't know why. Like this was like at noon today. So
Was it with the bidet aisle?
Nice.
nice.
Home
Oh,
projects, people
so-
are off.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably
They're
it
trying
because
to
it's
do
mostly
something.
older. It's mostly an older crowd. But anyways, I had like midway through running on my errands, I had such a bad like itch on the top of my nose, and I'm like fighting it on the drive home. I can't wait. I gotta get in the door. I gotta unpack stuff, then wash my hands, and it was like the most gratifying nose scratch of all time.
But
I
you
hate
see,
that.
I mean,
It's like now because you're so conscious of it now that like every little thing is kind of like if you like sprained your thumb and you don't realize how much you use your thumb until it's injured or you can't use it.
Yeah, when I was
Anyways.
walking the dog earlier today, when actually we're going to a grocery store to pick up just some simple provisions that are just down the street. We're walking the dog and we're doing the thing where it's like, you see someone coming at you, you kind of make eye contact. You're like, all right, are you going to turn or am I going to turn?
Right.
Who's turning?
Yeah, who's turning? And it's like but it's a very courteous thing, right? Like this is sort of like this distant interaction, and it's like, all right, that's cool. I'll duck in the street. We'll walk in the street real quick. It's a quiet neighborhood. Duck back onto this, especially now because no one's fucking driving. Duck back onto the sidewalk and get around people. But we came around the corner, Wendy, Alfie and I, and this woman was looking at us while she was gardening, right? So Carrie, sorry, she was yard work.
Yeah. Well, she might have been enjoying it, so it could have
She
been
might have
gardening
been,
for her.
right.
Yeah.
But as we were getting closer to her, she like kind of glared at us, and then I swear to God, it was like some kind of military move. She jumped out of the way, and then ran up to her porch and just stood there with her arms crossed.
Oh, Jesus.
While we seriously, like, I mean, she didn't quite do this,
Right.
Yeah.
like while we were like walking in front of her house, but she seemed so put out by the fact that like we're using this sidewalk.
Oh.
And we were,
Wow.
but it was funny how quickly, like as soon as she realized, like, yeah, we're not going to go into this street. Like, why don't you just fucking move? And actually, by the way, she was like at least 6 feet away from us. It was not like she was like picking weeds out of between like the sidewalk cracks or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, she was up in her yard, but it was just funny the way she just like a fucking scalded monkey just jumped up and like ran to the porch and just stood there and like watched us as we walked by, like waiting for us to cough or something. And then presumably she went back to like pulling weeds again. But yeah.
Well, so apparently for her it is yard work and she hates it, and she was in a foul mood.
Could be. Yep.
I'm amazed at the variety of perception for what 6 feet is, because some people think 6 feet is here.
Yeah.
6 inches.
Like
Yeah, those are the close talkers.
it's about like I'm
It's
6
roughly
feet
134K. Oh no, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
It's roughly one Jimbo Dini.
yes, and I've measured. I know what that length is. Like whether you're on on the sitting on the floor or whatever. Like I know what that is, and like people are like, oh, here's the bubble. You can see them make a correction, but they're only like this far away from you. I'm like,
Yeah.
If I can touch you, it's not
Arms
6 feet.
reach.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So somebody on one TV show or commercial or something, it's like, yeah, it's the length of a moose. Like that's helpful.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like,
Well, they
Don't
come
you
around
know
here
that?
all the time.
Don't you know what that is?
Yeah.
Like
Who has
yeah,
their
it's-
moose measure?
Yeah.
I have a moose for a
Canadian.
pet. Here, let me go grab it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
It's 1/12 the
Yeah,
length.
the Canadians understand, but the rest of
Yeah,
us,
they're
maybe
all
that
over
was
the
it. Maybe it was
place.
Canada.
people from
It's-
Vermont. Yep, makes perfect sense.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Moose, Rocco, show this man where his checkbook. Help him find his checkbook. Yeah.
Week says you don't need a fucking password.
Yeah. He said it a few times.
He may have like repeated it a little bit.
Yes.
He said it loud.
You don't need a
Yes.
fucking password.
Repeating.
You don't need.
Oh.
Jeez.
Under pressure.
So my daughter was telling me that at the grocery store, everyone was being a fucking asshole over there and pushing their cart really like not at the grocery store. It was at Costco. They're acting like shitheads and running almost down the aisles with their carts and
You sit on my house!
they're acting like it's the end of the world kind of a mentality and rude and cutting you off. And she said it was really bad there, but then when she went to the grocery store, it wasn't as bad at the grocery store. But yeah, I don't know. It's
Costco circus.
crazy times
Yeah.
we're living in, man. We're gonna start seeing riots and looting and stuff if it hasn't already happened already.
Yeah, I,
I
mean,
think
I
to-
may have said this before, but like, I'm not afraid of getting sick. I know it'll suck, and obviously, I'm gonna have to quarantine myself away from my wife if I get sick. Hopefully, I don't get her sick.
Yeah.
I've got my mother-in-law, her mom to deal with, so it's like I don't want to get sick. I'm trying not to get sick, but I'm not afraid of getting sick so much as I'm terrified of fucking people.
Oh
The
yeah.
way they're behaving is just bizarre.
Yeah, it's really
Well,
scary.
just right off the shoot, the whole teepee thing, the panic, and like,
Right.
yeah.
Mhm.
I still love that Men in Black part where he's like, a person is smart, people are panicky, stupid, and you know it, or whatever he said.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Danger
that that old Twilight Zone where there's just people in a small town and like their power's cut off and their water.
Yes, that's a
And they
great
all
episode.
kill each other all the
Yep.
way through it. And in the end, it pans back and it's these two. I think it's two aliens. And they're like,
Aliens,
"See?"
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
They're like, "See, we don't have to invade and blow them up and everything. All we gotta do is shut off their power, and they'll kill each other."
Oh,
Yeah,
if the power ever went off in like some area, it would just shit would hit the fan. Everyone would
Yeah.
full blown panic. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, I mean, any
bad.
major service, power, water, at this point, internet.
Yeah.
The internet, yeah, we need the internet for information, even though the information we get from our government isn't correct most of the time.
Oh, right.
God, they need to be telling everybody daily. They should be saying a daily: stay indoors, don't go out. Only go out if you have to. You know, if you run out of food, then you go out and get some. You know, but they're not drilling it into people's heads. You know, like Florida,
they are here.
Well, they are here, but not other states. Like Florida, they still have events. They still have stuff open. They still did their election stuff. And
well, didn't they just close Disney World?
They have a touch screen there, and everybody touched it, and a ton of people are now infected in Florida from going to the polls.
Didn't they just close Disney World not too long ago? Like
a month ago.
Yeah,
it's probably closed.
No, they closed Disney World pretty soon. That was one of the
Did they?
first.
Because someone just posted something. It seemed like this had been already going on for a bit.
Disney World, Disneyland have both been closed about a month ago.
A month ago.
Weren't they still open when we were down in LA?
Yeah, I would say like 2 weeks ago they closed.
I think they were still open when I was down there.
Yeah. It was like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, when you came to LA, yes. But that was like what, 2 or 3 weeks
that
ago?
Was March 7th.
Yeah, that was over.
That's almost a
Now
month.
we're 31st. So
yeah. 3 weeks.
Yeah. 3 weeks ago at least. Yeah. It was soon after, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, yeah, it's just this is the times that I wish I owned a gun. Just in case someone breaks in and wants my noodle.
Hey, everyone, Mock doesn't have a gun. Quick.
Right.
My parents have like 5 guns. I might go over there and just take one. So don't think I don't have a gun yet. I'll be getting a gun soon, maybe.
Just tell them to set it out on the porch in the morning, and you'll pick it up later in the day.
All of mine are stored at my parents' house. I should go grab all mine. My shotgun and rifles.
I'll grab my Nintendo Zapper.
Sit on my balcony.
There you go. Yeah.
I was gonna bring my pulse rifle. It looks almost like a gun. I just point it at him and go, "Get the fuck out!"
Fucking Leo's menacing zapper, kaping, kaping, with a cord dangling.
Leo has the gray one though that looks like a gun.
I have 2 of those ones because those are the ones I remembered.
Yeah, not the orange dumb
The
ones.
ones are weird.
Those suck.
Agreed.
I like the ones that could get you shot.
That's right. Walk around the neighborhood with it.
Adam G says you don't need a gun, you just need a decent cough.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me too. My wife last night, she starts complaining. Remember how I told you she came home sick and then she recovered in a day? Well, then last night she comes home and goes, "Oh God, I have such a sore throat." I'm like, no. Go to your room.
Mock, you're off the show. We don't want to get sick.
I go. You're all sick. So I'm like monitoring her like every hour. Okay, how you feel? What's going on? You feel headache? Do you feel any of the symptoms? Do you have a cough? Do you have any kind of cough? No, I'm fine.
Like hitting her from across the room with like the laser temperature.
Yeah, exactly. So in the morning, like at first thing, like I could barely get any sleep that night. I'm just like so worried about everything, especially her. And then in the morning, I'm like, "Oh, how you feeling? Do you have a sore throat?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm fine." I'm like, "Thank God."
I worried for nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because it's just allergies, it's just drainage or something. I'm fine. I'm like, oh,
Mark, I just sent a picture in Slack. I don't have an easy way to share it, but related to what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
From earlier.
Yeah, we had that one earlier.
Yeah.
Watching Reality Earth. Remember that South Park episode where the aliens watch the Earth like a reality show?
Yep.
This week, 2 zebras fight. Another show.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of zebras fighting, everybody caught up on their Tiger King?
I finished it.
I finished it.
Nice.
I'm only on episode 3. I had to switch gears to fucking new season of Ozark.
I know. I want to watch that
so
too.
There's no way the tiger crazy homosexual
It gets crazier.
gun toting, that's great.
Yeah.
But fuck Ozark, I'm way better.
When we were talking about like, is there any original songs? Look, to me, "Hey Kitty Kitty" is a very original song.
I love those music videos. They're so
Man
awful.
sees tiger and tiger sees man.
Fuck.
Oh God,
Pet and Tiger. Yeah,
that was great entertainment. I just
It was on national news earlier. They've opened the investigation on the guy that's been missing.
The dude
the dude that's buried under the septic tank.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
wherever
the
he
lady
might
who
be.
probably killed her husband, most
Yes.
likely?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
didn't feed it to a tiger for some reason.
Right.
Oh, obviously. What a botched a job that is to like investigate. Like her brother works on the freaking
Right.
a police force.
force,
He
yeah.
even told his guys, "Hey, take it easy on her. It's my sister." Like, fuck off.
Right. And they're like, "Oh, we'll just give him a van back that he was last in."
What kind of hick town is it? It's like watching Porky's for real.
Hi, Paul
Right?
Penis.
Remember the cop comes? That was Webster's dad from that show. Webster. He's like, that was Porky's brother.
Oh, right.
So maybe Dave may or may not want to chime in on this, but I remember talking to my girlfriend back when I lived out in California, actually in Monterey. She worked with a girl who was married to a cop, and she was telling the story about like how a rookie pulled her over, and apparently the rest of the force like gave him never-ending shit because he gave the wife of a cop a ticket. And like, you just don't do that.
No, I mean,
Like,
it's
Warning.
it's professional courtesy, but sometimes the wife of the cop doesn't say anything. You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, it is what it is.
Don't you know who I am?
Professional courtesy.
Yes. Well, I mean, if someone's in an accident while drinking and driving, or in an accident in general, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Can't look the other way
Unless
past
you're
it.
a Kennedy, then you can just cover it up.
So,
And say, I don't know how she fell off the bridge.
Adam G said,
I'll write
if
the report up and let you know.
Adam G said, if the meat grinder don't fit, you must have quit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were gonna do
That's
DNA
right.
tests on the meat grinder, and she's like, "You can't even put your hand in there." Bullshit. Let me show you how I can grind that hand up. Put your hand in there.
So I didn't catch this, but I was reading online, and I remembered it. So remember the scene when the tigers are going after the main guy's foot?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's
And
shooting his gun.
Yeah, and she goes, oh, and he thought it was cologne. It's like, oh, you wouldn't put cologne on the guy's foot. You would put like cooking oil on it. That would.
Yeah.
She knew
right.
exactly
Yeah.
what to put on it. Yeah.
Oh,
And my
Exactly.
wife's watching it with me. She's like, "Oh, like you did your husband.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
That part too,
You
but
put like tuna
yeah.
oil on it, like you did to your husband."
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They love that. They love that oil. Oh, they'll
What a bitch!
Behind
Too.
the
She
ears.
doesn't even pay her employees. She
Oh,
hoards
all
all this
volunteers.
money,
Yeah.
pays them nothing. It's like Disneyland working
Because
there.
they
You know, you get
volunteer
paid
to work there.
pennies.
Yeah. I heard she's gotten so much shit since this documentary came out.
Oh, I bet she's a big
Oh my
bitch.
goodness.
I was hating her too on the show.
There was no good. There was very few good people on that.
I said, wait, who do you like on that show?
Yeah.
I like the entertainment.
There's a reason why it's
value.
entertainment.
The chick with no arm was nice. She seemed nice.
Which one?
The chick with no arm.
Oh, she
Yes,
was really
I
cool.
agree with
I like
you.
her a lot.
That
yeah.
she's
She's kind of a
she's-
badass.
Like she was the best of them all. Which
I can't
again,
believe she had a working hand.
Yeah.
She could still do it. She goes, "Nah, I just cut it off. I want to go back to work." It's like,
Yeah,
what?
two years recovery
Yeah,
or just
two-
lop it off.
2 years of
Wow.
surgery where they may or may not be able to give her anything
But
back.
I would
or they could
still
just-
take any chance I could that I
Right.
could at least do this or something.
yeah.
or
Well, I gotta
this.
get back to those tigers.
You could be a lefty.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's like cheating.
Is that the stranger? Oh, that's where you sit on it until it falls asleep.
There's just so many gems. There's so many gems. They get all the reject meat from Walmart.
Oh, and they make the pizzas with
yeah,
it.
so they open the
Oh.
pizza place and they're saying it was from the meat.
Yeah.
from the-
Oh, everyone's
Oh,
eating like old, outdated meats on a pizza. I almost threw up. Like I was like, oh.
I'm not that
All
far
that
in, I
meat
guess.
sliming out of the back of that thing. Everybody like picks at it, like, "Oh, I'll take the sausages. I'll take this roast is still good."
Give me some more expired meat.
Yeah.
I didn't see the pizza episode, so I don't know.
Oh no,
No.
that's later because he's trying to get people to come into the park. So he opens
Yeah.
up a little pizza restaurant and,
Oh.
and a cage next to it, so you can eat pizza and look at the tigers walk back and forth.
Yeah.
He's all this. You want to come here and eat this pizza? They don't come here for the tigers. They come here for the pizza.
And then like a subtitle at the bottom said it's from the meat.
I love how much they subtitle it all the it's like
Oh.
Yes, 'cause
they're
he couldn't
they're all so
understand what they're
mumbly
saying.
and they got
Yes.
the accents. It's so funny.
I felt so bad. I don't know if Andrew's seen this part yet, but the guy that was filming the documentary, how they
All his shit
arsoned his.
burned.
Oh,
I saw the fire, yeah.
Oh, that killed me because
They
like
had-
he had some gold footage, I bet.
And then the way he talked about
Yeah.
the stuff too, he's like, you know, whoever the guy that owned the park was
Joe
like
King,
thinking he was
Joe.
Joe Exotic
Joe.
was
Joe,
filming
yeah.
a reality show, and he's like, I didn't give a shit about no reality shows. Like, film on. You're like,
Right.
Yeah, he didn't
Film
care.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
film it all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is why I thought of today. Like, so all the footage we have was after he the thing had with the footage, and he said, "Oh shit, I gotta watch what I say," because he, it's like, and this is what he did when he's like, "Oh, I gotta be real careful what I put out there," and he did that shit on like
yeah. Oh,
every 5
on,
seconds. I
Imagine
gotta
what it
kill that
was
bitch
before.
Carol and put a gun right in her fucking brain. Like,
yeah, he probably had.
yeah.
it's her.
What was the plus
Oh,
size fucking blow up doll they had? For
Oh yeah, he actually shoots her in the head.
Yes.
Like, where did that bullet go? It could have gone through a wall into somebody else's head. And, oh,
and
Oh
where do you
my
shop
God.
for a plus size blow up doll?
I don't know.
Squeak, I
All
think he has one.
Aw.
Hey, he
Steve
can't
Mark
be in
used
here
to have one, but it's all
defend himself.
deflated on
Or
his
actually,
Yeah,
couch.
that's
could.
right. Yeah, he could. He should
It's
be.
all full of holes.
Yeah.
Or I just poked straight
Patched
through
up,
Yeah.
like tire patches on it.
Oh my god. Yeah, that show was a trip, man.
Yeah.
Every episode, there's another funny thing to laugh at. You know, it's just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, these people. And how about the guy that's like hardly any teeth in his mouth? It's like
Oh.
3 chiclets. Hey,
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I like the way they explain meth mouth. That was
oh
awesome.
yeah, I don't love mouth.
And then he's got the tattoo right down at his waistline about
Oh yeah.
the Joe
yeah.
Exotic.
Joe's property or something.
Yeah, something like that. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I got to get that
I mean,
covered up.
that's commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even gay either. He was like had a girlfriend and
Wow,
shit on
yeah.
the side.
Was that the guy that he was asking in like one of the first couple episodes, like how gay are you, kind of thing? Or
Yeah,
what kind of
he's
Yeah.
not the
porn
young,
do you
not
watch?
the young.
Do you
one,
No,
but
it's the other
older
one.
No, not the,
Okay.
yeah, not him.
Do you like the guys with the big dicks, the little dicks? Like,
Yeah.
what's your preference?
Yeah, exactly.
That
When
was
you
the
watch
Big dicks,
porn.
so you
Yeah.
must be kind of gay.
Yeah.
That was the kid, the younger kid one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he
And then
has an
Nobody's
interesting
got
outcome.
a full
And then the people that come kind of towards the end, it's like, oh, like they're kind of even worse than Joe Exotic. To,
Oh
like,
my
God.
The
Yeah.
last,
There's.
oh,
How about the one guy that has a cult? He has a harem of like 7 wives,
Right.
and they all work for $100 a day too.
And that guy supposedly he's like
No, $100 a
millionaire
week.
from-
I'm sorry, $100 a week.
Yeah.
supposedly he's like a millionaire from like using being hired for movies and stuff for the animals.
Oh yeah, yeah. He talked about all the movies that he's had his animals in. It was like
Yeah.
all movies we've seen. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I've seen that. I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's got a harem of like women that he just rotates out in and out, and it's crazy.
And they're all like the super young ones too. They're
oh
like
yeah, they're all like
yes.
they look like his daughters.
19-year-olds, like out of like
Yeah.
like just
And
looking
I
for their
love the
first
one that
job.
eventually left. He's like, well, I didn't want to get breast surgery, but I just want to take some time off. So I'm like, yeah, I might as well have it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like get no vacation. I needed a
Really?
rest because
Yeah.
they work them
On
to
the
the bone. They probably work from 6 to
maybe
like
you should leave
midnight.
it, like, here's surgery, here's your
I
vacation.
just wanted to get some lot of sleep,
I
and
know,
it
and you
sounded
take a couple
so
of days
great.
off. So yeah,
Yeah.
let me
For
get a little
$12 a day.
Yeah.
If that, I think they got $100 or $150 a week or
A
something
week,
like that.
So
Yeah, it's crazy. God,
Oh god. They were-
work at
Couple
McDonald's, I
times.
make more money.
yeah,
Oh,
Wendy won't
couple-
even watch the show. Like she's like, turn that shit off. And I want
Yeah.
Patty was like totally hooked. She couldn't stop. Like every time I start a new one, do you want to watch another one? Yep. He marathoned it in like 2 or
It's-
3 days.
Yeah. It's a train wreck. You just can't
Yeah,
turn
it's-
away.
it's a
It's
train
getting
wreck.
better and better. Oh
Yeah.
They,
Oh my God.
my dad watched the show. It goes, it makes white trash look good. Like they,
You know, it's funny that it's white trash that visits those places too. I'm looking at all the people in line.
oh
They're
yeah.
like, they look so bad.
Well, yeah, it's like that, and like the Instagram, or it was like the Tinder people, right? Who were like wanting to like get their
Yeah.
picture
Yeah.
taken so they could
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta up my followers.
But there is that whole
Yeah.
thing of like being like, like it's like the elephants in India, right? Where it's like people riding elephants and people wanting to get, to show that they've got amazing lives, and they go hang out with like tiger pups and
Yeah.
or cubs, whatever, tiger cubs. And then you got a picture. And,
Tasmanian devils.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which are pretty cute.
I think that Joe is the one that was the arsonist, and he did it because of they were going to subpoena all that footage, and he didn't care that he was
Joe.
going to kill
Right.
all
His
the
show or
the alligators or whatever they were. And but look at all the equipment that was lost in that fire.
But wasn't it also like
oh.
about his assets? Because he was sued at that point, and they already put a settlement on it for
Yeah.
like $1 million.
$1 million,
Like,
yeah.
he would have to give up all that equipment and all the footage and everything. Like,
Yeah, it was
part of the
probably
settlement.
a lot of things.
So
And
that
I
was like a
think,
that was like a fuck you to the bitch in
Right.
Yeah,
Florida. Right?
and but to his partner that had all, I can't believe he didn't have a backup anywhere else, but he was living
Yeah.
there. I could see that happening, you know, that it's all there. But
Maybe if there's a lawyer present, they can say like when Joe met with the lawyer, he was like, well, so he owns the footage, right? Yeah. Well, has he ever taken off property? No. All right, then. Well, I guess it's just going to happen. What's ever going to happen? And like, pretty much, like he didn't say burn it away, but like, well, if he owns the footage, that's his footage. So but if it never left your property and that's the only copy, well, who knows what's going to happen?
Who knows?
Right? You know?
I like it where he didn't want to give that one chick any of his money, so he's like, "Here's my wristwatch."
Yeah. Blows it up.
Here's my bed.
Oh yeah.
He was hilarious. I thought he made that show great.
Oh, that
And
show.
they're gonna. There's got to be a
What the fuck
sequel
gun
because
he
the
was
rest of them are going
using.
to jail for
Right,
other
yeah.
shit too. But like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
He's never getting out of jail for a while. 20,
well-
but he got like 12 years or something.
No, well, more than that, 20 something.
22.
Well, supposed to
yeah.
be 22, but I thought they settled
Which-
on.
So
Is that what they settled on? Okay.
That's what they said. Yeah, that's what he ended up getting sentenced to because he took it to trial. So there was no,
Right.
you don't negotiate. And then,
bargaining.
exactly. Then
Right.
the judge just sentences. But
And
his maximum exposure, I think, was 70.
Oh, that's what it was. It
77.
was like
Right.
70 years.
And then he ended up actually getting getting sentenced to.
which is
And
odd
you-
because like the first two, like the two charges that they talk about on the show, it's like, it seemed a little thin to
Well,
me.
because
Like,
he's
I
getting
don't-
convicts to do it. They could be liars. They're all liars in there.
That's kind of what.
Oh,
the-
That's why they're like, oh, we could get all these other charges
Discuss
too.
that.
And
Yeah,
he's-
exactly. Like, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, although the thing of it is, we saw the show, but we weren't sitting
Right.
in the jury box and
Right.
and see what it was that was presented at trial. So
I agree. Right.
True.
No,
That's-
absolutely. I agree. Right.
yeah, because they convicted quick. Like it
Right.
was-
Ah,
yeah, it's the spoilers. Sorry,
3
guys.
hours in the room.
I don't even
They're
know. I don't
like,
even know what he was convicted for. I know he's in jail because they
yeah.
say that. So.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah,
not.
But
too
apparently he
much
got
of a
22
spoiler.
years. So thank
And that was the one thing I did like about the documentary was that they did phone calls from him from jail. It's like, no, that should have been like there was no suspense in the trial because like, well, he's taking phone
Yeah.
calls.
I
from
wish they
jail,
would have
so,
edited
Yeah.
that way. Yeah.
Yeah, like
But-
that.
If it was my
Yeah,
documentary,
Andrew, push
I
that big
would've-
black thing back in your mouth.
I know. Well, whoa.
Whoa.
I've heard
Sorry, that
We'll
was
say
out
that.
loud.
the gain was, or the my mic was.
You
low.
sound great right now.
So this is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll leave it alone. So I just adjusted it up though,
Yeah.
so that bumped the gain.
Yeah. They
Sound-
they just like seeing a microphone in
You're so
your mouth.
desperate to hear me. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm scrolling back in some of the chats
Desperate.
looking here, and Necros, I'm not clicking on
desperate.
your link. Plussizeamputees.com. No, I'm not checking that shit out.
Just tell
you
him to
sick
download it to
motherfucker.
his computer. We'll watch it later on our next get together.
How's it taste, motherfucker?
Next time he wants to hook up the
Killer
Queen
Queen.
tournament.
We'll watch some of his.
Queen.
Andrew, I looked at Spy Hunter on the original NES today. It is so bad.
You know
not
what though?
awesome.
That's
I
I thought it was
loved that game as a
awesome.
kid. I love that.
Yeah,
game.
because-
I played the crap out of it, but it's I mean compared to the arcade game.
Well, my friend had an
Let down.
emulator, one of those, the like a RetroPie thing that he actually bought. Like he goes, the company's out of business now, but it was preloaded with everything. It had MAME. It had.
I can hear
every
this
system.
the terrible squeal sound effects in my head right now.
I said we did that because I wanted to see it, and then I go, go to MAME, and I go, let's look at the regular Spy Hunter. I'm like, oh my god, my friend, like this was his first. Like I'm telling him.
The thing is with that game though is like as a kid, there weren't many what I consider to be close ports of arcade games, and that was one that actually resembled the arcade.
yeah, that's
It
right.
actually resembled
compared
it.
to what we were used to before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like,
There's, like, shit
I
in the car
remember
goes, like,
playing
sideways.
Bad Dudes in the arcade
It's
and then
weird,
getting an NES, and it's like, why are the guys like this big?
Yeah.
Well, we
You know,
also
all the
did,
sprites, or look at Punch Out. Like,
that's a different
we
game.
did Kung Fu Master today.
Yeah.
The first thing we did the arcade, but it was hard because he had like a gamepad thing, but it was hard to shake them off with the arcade version. The Nintendo version was a lot easier, but the graphics, but it has tons of playability. The graphics were nowhere near the arcade version because we did the arcade version first, and then a minute later, because my friend's younger, I'm like, well, here, go to this. Let's play the NES version, and
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, this is a lot easier to shake them off with the. We didn't have a joystick, the pad, but
Trog is another one.
They did Super Spy Hunter for the Nintendo too, the 8-bit.
Ooh,
Nintendo. It came out late.
I never played that.
Yeah, that was an expensive one too. I was just thinking about that.
Good segue, Dave, because now we're talking about arcade shit.
Well, Dave, speaking of
around,
NES game, I know we were talking about something earlier today.
What
Dave
the
from Buffalo? Yeah, the NES games. The one thing
while I was working today, I need to get a stupid power cord from my original NES because my it's not mine. My cousin let me borrow it, and I was lazy and I didn't order it off of Amazon. And then, but anyways, this guy's selling I think it's 13 games and a power cord and a zapper for $65. So I might get it just because I want to have my kids play Duck Hunt, and it's still I got the stupid TV and.
Is it an orange zapper?
Yes. And my son was running around with it shooting his sister.
Get the orange
one.
one.
Play it for your kids. They'll really like that. There was a Little Nemo game on there too. That was a fun game for kids.
Little Nemo the Dream Master is a great game.
That's a great game.
Capcom game again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sure, Leo, you have to talk about console stuff again. No,
I liked it better than the arcade Little Nemo.
There were a lot of games on NES I played before I realized that there was an arcade version. Trog was one of them.
Yeah, tons of people.
Double Dragon. Yeah, it was the first game
Wasn't that weird though? Double Dragon for NES, where you had to pick up a power up to do a certain special move, and you couldn't just.
You had to earn them. Yeah,
you had to earn them. Yeah, I thought that was weird.
From points,
a little boot. Didn't have a little boot or something power up so you can do
you actually it was just points based, and then you'd earn a heart, and then you'd earn a heart.
Oh, a heart. That's what I'm probably thinking of.
But there are glitches where you could just get infinite. You could just get all of the power ups on a second stage because you could do some scrolling glitch where an enemy shows up in one spot, you walk away, you come back, and he's gone. But it's as if he's frozen there, so you can just keep punching that empty spot until you get all the points you need.
Oh, glitch!
Well, you might be thinking of River City Ransom because that you would buy punches or kicks, and that was very similar, graphically.
That cover art is so fucking hilarious. Where the guy's like this.
Yeah,
it's like no one stand. No,
it's
yeah.
So well, it was the 80s. It was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but yeah, Trog was actually a really good port, but I didn't know it was a port until then you compare that to the arcade version. As there's not even a comparison because you're talking about the claymation and stuff. It's fucking amazing.
Rolling Thunder, I first played on the NES. Didn't play that in the arcade till a couple of years ago.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that was an unlicensed one, I think. Yeah, it was definitely unlicensed. I'm thinking of that. That and Gauntlet too.
Oh yeah, actually, I remember.
Gauntlet 2 was unlicensed. That you're saying?
Huh?
Sorry, you were saying Gauntlet 2 was unlicensed?
Yeah, Gauntlet as well as Rolling Thunder were unlicensed games for the. I think they were.
I can believe that. Yeah, they had those funky black carts.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
They're weird.
Paperboy. Oh man.
There's a Paperboy too on NES. Yep. That's weird.
Oh, is that where you could go on the other side of the street, or you?
I think it's a different angle or something. It's either straight up or to the left.
Actually, the Paperboy on the NES was really good, I thought.
I played it a lot, yeah. Rampage was bad on the NES because it really took away all the
but there was still a fun factor. Yeah. You can, and as a kid, a lot of those games, if you didn't play them in the arcade or not, it's like, well, this is better than nothing.
Didn't know any better,
right?
Yeah, you didn't know any better. You played that shit. I remember renting a lot of those games,
even though it said based off the arcade hit, the #1 arcade hit on the cover. Right.
Then you could flip it on its heels though, and talk about games that were better on ports like Contra.
Yep.
Way better on NES. Right. Mostly because it was a longer game.
Yeah, the code.
The arcade version's over in a blink of an eye.
Yeah. And that was a tight game on the NES too. Yeah. Contra was a really tight game.
Yeah.
Yeah. The animation is really interesting in the arcade version. Like when you do your flip and everything's a little bit slower, but your guy stretches out and then he comes back.
It's a weird flip from animation.
Yeah, the animation's strange. Yeah.
No, the Bionic Commando was another one that's like way better on the NES. I thought.
Hey, did
than
you guys?
the
How about regular
arcade.
Commando? Did you play regular Commando on the NES?
Love that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
was
I like
great.
that. Yep. Uh-huh.
That was a great port.
My cousin
That was
had
pretty good
that on
port. Pretty good
Atari 7800, and I thought that was pretty fun too.
Gunsmoke on NES is real good
Guns-
port.
That's true. Yeah, that was
No?
a good port.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it worked really well too with like the buttons where it's like
You could do it. Yeah, you could
Yeah, where it's like
actually.
you left shot or right shot or hold both of them.
Mhm.
You just mash your thumb on both buttons to shoot forward.
Yeah.
Did they make Did
Yeah.
they make an Alpha Mission arcade arcade version? Because I remember that on NES, and I know that Neo Geo had like Alpha Mission 2 and 3 and stuff. There were sequels, but I don't know if there was an original.
I'm not
Alpha
sure.
Mission. That was a garage sale grab where I just looked at the it was like $3 or whatever. I just looked at the front of it. I'm like, this looks cool. Blindly bought it, and like many other games. Coincidentally, my first purchased Nintendo game that on my own was Qbert, and I didn't know that was an arcade version. That was an arcade game.
Oh,
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, as a kid. Yeah, they had it at Premiere Video. It was one of the first used stores ever that started selling used games, and they had this little section, like this bin, and there were 3 games in there. I couldn't tell you what the other ones were, but I remember picking that up, and it was inexpensive, and I had the cash, and I'm like, okay, because at the time all I had was Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, so that was my first, that was my second game ever, other than renting games. So.
Mhm.
That's what started this hobby for me at the ripe age of 7 or whatever.
What year did you buy your guys' NESs? Like for those of you who bought them.
I got mine late.
Yeah, I
in
was
the game.
87. It was a Christmas present.
89. I was like the last kid on the block to get one.
Yeah,
My
for
brother,
me, it
87
was,
or 88.
He got it right away.
it was probably around
Yeah, me
87
too.
for me.
I
I
got
had
it.
a-
When yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I had a
Jack.
skateboarder friend in high school that was moving to Hawaii, and he was not taking all the stuff. And he's like, "Hey, I know you like playing these games, so it got the console and like 10 or 12 games for like $50."
Seabart didn't get one. That's why he walked away.
He's like, fuck it, I can't join. Yeah.
Well, I used to play Super Mario Brothers in the arcades, so as soon as I found out that there was a home console that had it, I'm like, oh, I gotta get this, and it came with it. Fuck
Right.
yeah! So I didn't like the robot thing because I figured I watched
yeah,
what it
Rob.
did and stuff. Yeah, I avoided it.
yeah.
I could have bought that
Yeah.
whole system, but I'm like, that
Think
looks
think
dumb.
about those bundled systems back then though, and how much shit you got with the package. You got
Yeah,
2 controllers,
you got a
the
robot.
zapper,
Gun,
two
RSU.
games.
Yep.
And then the track pack one where you got the track mat with track and field, the
The
Heat
game-
cartridge.
game
They were,
track.
they were
Power
good
pack.
bundles. Yeah.
Yeah, and then all
It
of a
came with
sudden-
the game too, usually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So I
and
think
then,
the first
then
one
they
you
started doing the
mentioned was-
stupid shit.
Was the action
Oh.
packs. The action pack's the one that came with the Zapper, Duck
Okay.
Hunt, Mario,
And 2 controllers.
And
two controllers in the console.
Yeah.
That's the one that I got.
Yep,
But
me too.
Then it was like the what was the ultimate one? What was the one that came with Rob? Because that came with everything.
That was like one of the
Gyro.
first ones I thought.
Yeah.
That was
One of them came
yeah.
with a power glove too, if I'm not mistaken. Towards the
Oh,
end.
I don't know about
Really?
that.
Oh,
I
maybe.
thought
I don't.
so.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
They're
was
just
the
trying to
one,
get rid of them.
Yeah, exactly.
We got about 100,000
There,
of these
take it.
things.
I remember seeing the pad thing like on TV, and it was like showing like people like doing
Yeah, yeah.
right. And I remember like talking with friends. I'm sure you guys probably had the same thing. It's like, all right, so they're doing hurdles. Like, what happens if you just jump off the pad?
Yeah.
You just jump forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the people that are doing this.
Yeah, or just
With their hands.
on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple neighbors
That's what
that
my
had
daughter
those.
would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were great for before before the time when I was like in early college and stuff, and we'd have like parties with, and one of my friends had that TrackMan. We're all drinking and trying to play that game. Oh my god,
Oh.
that was a good time.
I bought it for my daughter when Dance Dance Revolution was big, and she used to play that all the time, because they had
Oh, yeah.
lower difficulties. Because she was really little back then playing that. I think she was like, I don't know, like 8 or something, but she's playing the kid difficulty, but she'd be doing all the dance moves,
That's
It's
got
so
such
cute. I wish I
that is-
recorded it.
That's got its
Totally had a
own
cell phone
following.
camera back then.
No
That's
cell
got
phone. We had
its own
flip phones
following.
back then.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
the Matrix.
You got the people that are making their own like hard pads or whatever for the DDR and
Oh
stuff, and
yeah,
building
they're
their own
hardcore
and
into it. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I never got into DDR, to Dance Dance Revolution, but on a console and stuff, I was big. I'll still play Rock Band. I got into that. That actually really sparked my interest in drums. Like if that game was still, if I was still playing that avidly and stuff, I was this close to buying an electronic drum set, like a legit
the pads,
like a legit
Yeah.
electronic drum kit, because I can wear headphones and practice. And I actually had some. I have a couple of guitar books stuff. Like that game actually really sparked my interest in learning an instrument, like a legit, because that was the only instrument I liked really playing. Besides singing, I liked the drums. And I bought a modded pedal, like a legit pedal that had been modded that you could use, like bass pedal that you could use with it, so I could hit the double hits and stuff. And I got pretty good. I could do, like, me and my friend, we shared an account, and we had we have like 700 songs or whatever, and I could probably do 65% on expert.
Wow.
That's hard.
I got,
that's great. Drums was the hardest thing in that game.
But yeah, and it was so
Sorry,
much
Andrew,
fun.
go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something about it, the rhythm and things.
I was just making the parallel to like PC gaming, right? So like, do they have like, oh my God,
Hey,
Hello.
Hi. It's like you were here for Pee Wee.
stuffing you under the headphones?
Oh,
Oh,
muted.
You're muted.
Oh, no.
You're muted.
Why would you do that, Dave?
Tell them that you're muted.
yeah.
I don't want to sit down.
There we go. Hi.
Hello, Mrs. Dave from Buffalo.
Andrew.
So this is what my place looks like.
Democracy.
If you were here for the
That's
Pee Wee
us.
weekend.
Yeah.
That's Carrie. That's Jim.
Oh, hi, Carrie.
And that's Chris.
Hi.
And I think I've seen you on some live streams from some rock concerts in the past.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I know.
Guns and Roses.
Yep.
Yeah, that's totally
Awesome.
me.
You got a good one. He speaks very highly of you.
Yeah.
What's that?
You got a good one. He speaks very highly of you.
Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's
He
all
doesn't.
right.
He doesn't suck.
No, he's a good guy. I'll let him get. Let him get back to you guys.
Okay, but wait. But so before you go, how are you dealing with all the pandemic stuff? Are you still flying and all that?
Oh, good
It's been
question.
15 days since I've
Okay.
flown. I went to Georgetown, Guyana. You know, like where they drank the Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm gonna get a beer. You talking?
I was there.
we got her sitting down. She's not going
Yeah.
anywhere.
All
Good,
right.
good
that's
move,
right.
Dave.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and then after that I was supposed to go back there, and that got canceled. And then to Costa Rica, that was canceled as well. And then the trip today, it was a 3-day trip. I was supposed to lay over in Dallas and then Cancun, and it was modified, but I just called in sick because New York's the epicenter for all of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I want Dave to like strip down, and I have Lysol and a hamper in the in the garage, and he's like, "What? You're overreacting." I'm like, "I don't really think so. Just better to
No.
be safe
Yeah.
than sorry."
Yeah,
I'm
I-
not sure you really
Overreacting.
can. Yeah.
Airports and shit like that? No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
yeah. So maybe you could tell him I'm like worried about him being out there.
We'll snap
Oh,
him
yeah.
into shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, snap him into shape for me. You have to spray with Lysol. He's like, "You want me to get naked in the garage?" I'm like, like no one's
No.
gonna see you. Like,
Yeah.
put your underwear and go. Like it's not a big deal. I'm like, I had the Lysol. I put the shoe rack out. He's like, "You're all ready to go." I'm like, "I mean business. Like you gotta." Do that. So,
Did you hear about that weird case where China, and I was talking about how a lot of the spread was being on the soles of people's feet, because I guess there's a lot of it just on the ground, just from people breathing, it falls to the ground. So you walk all in it. You come home, yeah, you do all this to your body, but the soles of your feet, the stuff. So you walk around your house.
Oh, interesting.
Then eventually you take off your shoes. You're
yeah.
walking around barefoot, and then you might touch your feet or something, and then
Right.
rub your eyes, and then it's all over. So it's like,
Uh,
how do
Yeah,
you think
because-
about stuff like that?
yeah.
Yeah, well, it's so crazy because like being on the plane and stuff, they told us right off the bat, they're like, everything's metal and it lives on metal for like 3 hours or something crazy.
3 days.
And then everyone's like
Yeah.
coming back and touching, and there's nowhere to go and in and out of the bathroom, and
Mm.
the last couple flights I did, I'm like the very last flight I did. I'll tell you this and then I'll go because this is not my thing. So like, but
we talk to Dave all the time. We want to talk to you.
You're doing great. This is
just crack open a Bud Light and you're good.
I already have like a bottle and a half of wine. I'm
Yay!
All right.
Hey, we got you.
All right. So
welcome home.
Send Dave back for another glass of wine.
But I worked a flight to that Guyana, and then I wasn't feeling well, so I stayed in my room the whole time. And the next night we did an all-night flight back, so it was like 11 o'clock. I think the time change is like 2 hours or something. Where that was, I can't remember exactly, but anyway, it was an all-night flight back. And I was working first class, and the flight attendants in the back were, I didn't really cross cabins. I had like 3 people up there, and it was really crazy because on our way over there, we got an alert from in the cockpit that Trump had just said that there was no more international flying, and we're on our way to South America. And I'm like,
turn around.
Fake news.
Like this third world country. Like, what do you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So we get there, and as soon as we open the door, I open the door. They're like, just make an announcement. Everyone on this flight is going to be tested for the COVID-19 or whatever. And I'm like, what do you mean? And like, no one can leave the airport until you're tested. And I'm like, but like they speak English there, but they were like, couldn't tell me how or what or what, and I'm like, so I get the captain, he gets on and he's like, just before you guys disembark, you have to get tested. So we wait in line for, I swear to God, I can't believe, like almost 3 hours. I finally get up there and they're like, what's your name? I'm like, Julie McDonald. They're like, where did you come from? And I said, Buffalo, New York. And they're like, oh yeah, that's right on the border. Sign my paper and I left. I was like, this is the test.
It was a written exam.
It was a verbal test.
No, the coronavirus was a written test.
Yeah. So anyway, like my crazy.
You think you have it?
Yeah.
Nah.
In the hotel room because I got room service. I'm like, forget this. I'm not going out. Like on the way there, we almost hit like a pack of 9 dogs. Like I'm talking old school, like packs of dogs everywhere. Like like Lady and the Tramp, traveling together. So we come on the way back, and anyway, the flight attendant comes rushing up or whatever, and he's like, this guy, he's in the bathroom and he's been in there for like a half an hour and he's coughing nonstop. Like,
no.
And I'm like, what? So I call the captain and he's like, well, you're going to have to call the POC, which is the physician on call. I never fly number 1. And here I am. I'm like, I'm such a fish out of water with that. I'm like, I call them. They're like, okay, go to the overhead bin, get the auxiliary kit. I'm like, okay. So I get it. In it is latex gloves, Sani wipes, the like paper masks that like hospital workers use, and temperature strips. They said, go to the passenger, wipe your hands with Sani wipes, put your gloves on, put your mask on, and go take the passenger's temperature.
Oh.
And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Right.
No.
You go do that.
Where's my hazard pay?
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Right. And then we're arguing with the 3 of us. They're like, well, I'm technically in charge. And I'm like, well, you found him. I'm like, I'm not doing it. So he goes back. He has the guy put it on. Long story short, the guy doesn't have a temperature. And that was my last flight.
He was just hungover.
Yeah.
Coughing.
Wow.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
Why
like,
not?
yep, that's it. Oh, so then this is the best part of the story. So then I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, I need a drink. And I had like 3 hours to Buffalo. So I go into the airport, into the bathroom. I change into my regular clothes. I go to the bar and I order a Bloody Mary. And I'm like, yep, that's not going to do it. Can I get another Bloody Mary? So I got 2 Bloody Marys. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, nice. I got to go now. My flight's leaving. And I'm like, can I get my check? He's like, yeah, that'll be $54.
Oh, my God.
Wait, think
Ah.
you have my right. He goes, oh yeah, what you told me you wanted a Tito's Bloody Mary. I'm like, oh my God, you mean to tell me I just paid like $26 for a Bloody Mary? He's like,
Oh my God,
I
that's
could
the
not
airport
believe it.
for you.
Do I
I'm
get
like,
fries with
I
that?
didn't get a buzz. I was
Ooh, oh, no
Damn.
tip for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did leave
Wow.
him a little tip, but nice talking to you.
Next,
guys.
next time, make him
Yeah.
stronger. Yeah,
Talking
that
to
was
you.
his tip.
Wow, thanks for the
Take care.
stories.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
nice meeting you virtually.
meeting
Come back
you.
Julie.
anytime.
Yeah.
Do you have a computer
Oh, you guys are
upstairs?
So nice. Okay, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Nice meeting you too.
Hey.
I bet she's got great stories.
Great.
I-
Now we have,
Yeah.
now we have to
I
deal with
know.
this
I know.
guy. Fuck.
I know, right? I
Hold
actually
on,
had
he
more
doesn't have his
questions for
headphones on
her,
yet.
but
He can't
maybe
hear
next time.
yet.
You can't hear yet.
Yeah, you can't hear yet.
Oh, great. Now we have to deal with you.
Right? We want her back.
Get your wife a computer.
Finally, we get some good entertainment
Yeah.
out of Buffalo. I mean,
Yeah.
now you come back.
Some
Wow.
some
And
good
yes,
info.
You
Yeah.
you need to strip in the garage and be sprayed off with Lysol and take your
Yep.
shoes off and never wear them in the house.
Yes.
Here's the
Right.
thing is, I'm not
Agree.
wearing my clothes when I'm working. I go and I change.
Wait, what?
uniform.
Did you say that?
it's a
Just
different
said that.
approach to law enforcement.
Wait.
He's just in his underwear. It's
all
like
this
the
time.
dancing baby.
Yeah.
All this time, and we find out you're a stripper.
He's a hot top. He does this.
Well, no wonder the wife wants
You're
the
the hot-
Lysol.
Do you have to sanitize every one of those $1 bills at the end of the night then, or what?
Yeah, I work at the only dad body male strip club in Western New York.
Dad body.
Hey man, there's a benefit about the dad body. You got plenty of places for them to tuck the dollar bills.
Welcome to Dad Bods.
Oh, she's a saint. You know what? She came down here. She's getting the Easter stuff and is gonna decorate the house with the Easter stuff. So when the kids wake up, it's
Oh.
Easter decoration.
Aw.
Big
Dude, I'm not ready for this.
She's much better than you, Dave. We've been over this.
Yeah.
She's much
Oh,
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's delightful. I can see why you snapped her up.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's
I don't know
All
how
our
you
wives
tricked her
are better
into
than
falling
us.
for you, but wow.
Oh, savage.
I had some game back in the day, and I was a lot thinner, and I ran.
Yeah, join the club.
Lemon
I don't know about you
cookies,
guys.
anyone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got pictures to prove it.
You know what was funny? Leo was Alice. Leo in my screen is right in the middle, and she's like, "Oh, there's Leo." Like I met Leo.
Oh, he is for me too.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Alice,
I
who
have
the fuck
Carrie.
is Alice?
I think Carrie's in the middle of mine, which I think is the same as a stream.
Yeah.
Check this
ah.
I got.
Yeah,
two-
Leah's
two-
in the
She
middle of
always
mine.
has to be the center of attention. Well, she is the only girl right now. I
I am the-
guess. Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some beer.
Yeah, Carrie's in the middle.
I
One
can
more,
do
and
it.
we got Brady Bunch.
Yeah, Adam. I've been trying to get Adam to come back on.
Hi, Carrie.
Yeah.
I sent you the little exchange
See
we
that
had. So
lined up.
it sounds like he's really he's interested. He wants to get back on, but he told
Life.
me, I don't know if you saw the little message, because I'm like, I hope you and your family are doing well. And he's like, yeah, we have like 100 acres, so we're pretty good.
Do you have? I sent him an email. I haven't had a response. Do you have a different email? than his,
I've been Facebook messaging him. So and
I'll do that. I'll do that. Then.
He's been quicker to
Yeah.
get on that. In
Okay,
fact,
I'm
I
sure
sent him. I was a little bit late when I sent him the Saturday night one, but he was like, "Shoot, I didn't see this until blah blah blah." So I think if we do a second show again on a weekend, there's a good chance he might.
I mean, he
be on
literally
for
gets the
that.
invite every week. He's been invited.
He does. He's on the email chain. I saw
Forever.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
I
actually
think
kind of funny if
sometimes
you
a
guys
little
go back
extra.
and look at the email chain. Like a
Oh,
lot of us are still invited. Richie Knuckles is still invited.
oh yeah, the old
I think
G's.
Joe might still be invited. Joe's
Jow Joe?
Oh.
I think so. I mean, like
Oh, wow.
if they made it into that, our.
Speaking of Joe, he gave me a shout out on Clav, but I think I don't think I deserved it. So he started a thread about for his updated his walkthrough of his arcade, his little updated video. And where he on his channel he did a new walkthrough of all of his arcade videos and stuff. And at the beginning of the I don't know how I stumbled upon it, but his first post was I'm following Jim Bodini's lead and posting my a walkthrough of my updated arcade, with the COVID-19 and all this stuff, the quarantine. But I looked at the date and he recorded his video. I don't know if he posted it, but he recorded it at least before I recorded mine. And so if anything, I'm following Zhao's like lead, but so I don't know.
funny.
But he
Yeah.
posted it on KLV after you then, must have, right?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that
That
must
was
be
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did any of
Maybe,
you
yeah.
watch Slick Nick's video before it goes live?
No, I watched part of the Pong game,
Oh, okay.
and I realized I did like the booby dance at some point, which
So did you see what he
was
put?
a little bit
while
embarrassing.
when I'm playing the Pong game, he put text at the bottom and said, "Mock's better at Excelsior."
Oh, I missed that.
And then when they show the Excelsior, the machine, he put text at the bottom that said, "Out of 6,000 games, leave it to Mock to find the adult game in there."
And then you said out loud in the video, you're like, Slick Nick, what is up with this game in your arcade? How can you have this playing here? Or something like that.
Is that the song? Did Seabar, did you just post the "Who the Fuck is Alice" song that I'm
Yeah.
always singing?
Yeah.
It's not a very well known song except at dive bars. It seems like.
Oh, I know that one well.
Everyone's
Nick,
just Alice. Who the
I told
fuck
Nick
is
he
Alice?
should put like
27 years.
little covers or something
Yeah,
over the
doilies
boobs
or-
of the girl. Yeah, because he's got
Close it
full
up.
nudity.
Oh,
shot
shit.
there of a
Yeah,
girl.
no, that's
Yeah.
weird.
It's
Yeah.
for like 2 or 3 seconds probably, but
It
yeah.
is, and he does have a
definitely.
warning up, but I don't know if
Yeah.
that'll pass through or
No,
not.
he
I
should
don't know what-
he should Japanese those nipples.
yeah, mosaic it or something.
Yep.
Pasties.
Yeah, it's just an
Maybe-
old.
maybe
What
80s
you should do is like
photo,
cut
but-
out like still images of your face.
Just
Mark,
your
and put it
face,
over
yeah,
the
with the
boob.
boobs.
right
Like
over
everywhere
each
they
one.
go.
I think it's funny because Vonnie, I think, was filming, and she turns the camera right when Necros and I both finish it, where it shows the whole thing. It's like
Yes.
perfect timing. It goes ding and shows the
Yeah.
full thing of some naked girl in there. It's like, oh my god,
Did you get Necros's face?
I don't know.
Oh, his
Yeah.
The
look
expression.
of shock seeing it.
Oh my god.
That was a good time though. It was fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah, for sure.
I get an early meeting tomorrow, guys. I'll talk to y'all either
Okay.
this weekend or next week.
All right,
Leo.
Leo.
Yeah,
Okay.
just because we
Now-
stopped talking about retro consoles. stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Dave came back too. So
All right, all right.
Yeah, and
Oh,
yeah, that
well,
and
good
Tiger
point.
King and-
yeah.
like-
All
all right.
right, take
All right,
care.
see you, Leo.
All right,
See ya,
Yeah.
Leo. Take it easy.
Stay safe.
Oh man, I'm just
Probably
realized
gonna
that
cut out at 10 today. I got a lot to do tomorrow, so probably in 45 minutes I'll be out.
this will be the first year that there's not going to be any YouTube videos of people pulling pranks on at the office.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
right.
mean
Damn.
tomorrow.
It'll
Yeah.
be-
What am I going to watch?
Oh, April 1st.
We gotta figure out how to do them.
Tomorrow, COVID-19 is just a big hoax. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Just watch Fox News and you'll get all your
Oh yeah, you'll get.
pranks.
Same
you want.
information every like 20 minutes.
Well, I've seen the ones where they show a picture. it's
Welcome
like a
to
still-
Fox News, where we don't care. Yeah.
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 It's I've seen
Licking their palms.
the memes where they're
Yeah.
showing like a still image of like Washington D.C. or whatever, and they're like the big rallies happening April 1st to protest, and they're showing this huge crowd all tight together. And they said it's gonna be April 1st, like
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Wasn't that gross? Those pictures you saw of the Corona challenge where the people are licking toilet seats and stuff. I'm like, oh no. Ugh. Or they're licking. They show. It's funny because there's a 2-frame one where guys lick. What's he licking? I think he's licking a door handle at a restaurant. And then the
Ew.
next panel is he's in the hospital.
Good.
Yeah. Shit.
Fucking
I like the
idiots.
one,
They don't deserve to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
The one Facebook thing where it says Charlie Sheen's been
Maybe that's
tested
harsh.
as every other.
Oh, that was I
Yeah,
posted
that was
that.
funny.
That was mine.
that
you
was
beat-
hilarious.
Mock people that do that. I'm like, yep, Darwin always wins in the end. Right?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good way.
It's like that
Like the-
NBA player it was just after they shut down the season. And goes up and starts molesting all the microphones and goes, I'm not afraid of this shit.
Immediately.
Next
gets it.
next
Yeah.
day, I just tested positive. I'm like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
what were you expecting? Someone who was tested positive was speaking into those. Same microphones just before you.
Oh yeah, like when Trump's doing a thing with all the people behind him, they're all touching the
What
mic.
idiots!
They're all
And
touching it
all
and
those pictures of
readjusting
like the
it.
Oval
Like,
Office.
what are you
and
touching
they're
the
all-
mic for?
Well,
You
there
don't
was
need to
that
touch
one
the mic.
picture where when they signed the two was it 2 trillion or 2 billion? I can't remember. 2 billion, right?
Trillion.
I think it's
was it trillion?
trillion.
Trillion.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yes, with a
trillion.
T.
Yeah.
Two,
And we'll get
2.2
$20 out of it.
2.2. Yeah,
in that
Don't expect a
photo,
lot.
they're all in the Oval Office, all the Republicans all bunched up around the table.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
And,
Yep.
and no Democrats are in there because they didn't invite any Democrats in there. And I'm like, well, that's a blessing for them because
Yeah. No.
fucking what idiots.
Ugh, God. No.
Hey Mark, let's change the subject. Did you watch
What?
my stream last night?
I didn't.
You
I
missed it because I quoted
missed it.
you. Every time I
Oh.
swim swim above that guy, that sea
Yeah.
creature, I'm like, oh, if only Mock was here to see this.
I watched it though. I did watch it.
Yeah.
I watched it tonight actually. But
In the
I-
2 days that I
I-
played, I got so much better at that game. I played Sunday night and then I played last night. And
see,
the last game I had, I got all the way to the 6th stage without continuing.
I was fast
Nice.
forwarding it and playing it when you got to like the
Fuck.
after the ice elephant stage, so I could
Yeah.
see like after
Okay.
that, pretty
Yeah.
much. So that last boss is so damn cheap. I can't believe
It's
how
so
hard he
level.
is.
Yeah.
The whole last level is so fucking cheap.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But Jim
And-
can
and
get through the whole thing without dying until the boss at the end. That's the
Yeah.
thing, though. I mean, he's
That's
gotten
what-
good at the jungle
Yeah.
part, which is really hard.
Mhm.
And I
the
was
jungle
impressed by
part
watching
pissed
that.
you.
That's
So
hard.
the amount of
That's the
F
hardest
bombs
level, it looks like.
the amount of F bombs I dropped last night on the final boss was equivalent to the amount of F bombs I dropped the previous night on just stage 5 on the jungle level.
On the jungle level. So you've learned.
'Cause I'm
it
like,
seems
like how, everything just springs out of the grass, and you're like,
oh
what the
yeah,
fuck?
everything is out, and then you got things appearing out of the top that throw the spears down. Those little ghost guys.
The ghost guys,
And
and,
that-
everything
that's-
takes like 10 hits.
that damn
like,
thing
it's-
that shoots out 3 dots at once. You
Yeah.
know, it's
The little
like,
lizard
oh,
dude?
Yeah, that little thing on the ground. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
The,
lizard
the one
plant,
that the
whatever it is.
one
It's so
that
cheap.
the one that pisses me off most is the enemy on the 6th stage. He also shows up on the 3rd or 4th stage. It's a big flying skull. It's got
Oh,
wings.
that takes a million hits. Yeah.
It takes a million hits,
know,
and he
it
fires
does.
these shots that go down like this. So it's like really
At an
hard.
angle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking.
No. But Jim
God.
is close. I think Jim is close to beating it on a
On a credit.
credit. I
If-
think you could do it about. If
I
you
need more. I need
practice
more. I need more practice on the final boss.
Yeah, what I would
but
do
I'm
is
getting
just
there.
use your continues and get to the final boss, and then practice
Yeah.
that till you got it down. Then
Yeah.
then start practicing the whole thing. That's what I would.
I love though the on Sunday night. Actually, last night, if I hadn't done it on that last run that I was on,
Yeah.
I still wouldn't have beat it because they do limit you. You get 5 continues on the
Yeah,
last
you only get a
stage.
certain amount of continues. So
And I love that. That's so
yeah, so
smart, so awesome.
So I've watched some people like that do like that's maybe speed runs, I guess you could call it for that. And their strategy for the last boss is never to go towards it. They always stay to the left and they just jump and fire. And they actually know when it's going to be doing the hand attack because what they do is they trick it. They jump up in the air so it's going to shoot up and then they land. It just goes over their head. So
'Cause it
I
aims
couldn't-
at you.
it
I
aims
couldn't
at
quite-
you. Yeah, if you're sitting
Yeah.
there on the ground, it's going to go right at you. So
The
you
skull
jump
is
at the
what
time it's going to shoot. And
the
yeah.
skull is what like confused me because I thought that it would always go to exactly where you are. And so I would go towards it, and then because it does this little head bob thing before it lunges at you. And
Mhm.
so I would go towards it thinking that it would stop where I was. And then as it
Yeah.
starts moving, I would
It
jump
just
away.
goes
and
all the
I
way
didn't
out.
want it. So, but near the end, what was working was I would stay all the way on the left
Yep.
and it would stop short of me. And I don't know why.
Oh.
And there were at least 3 different times where the pattern was completely different. So I could never figure it out. It was like, and I had like, before I completed it that last time,
Mhm.
I had him down to like 1 or 2 hits a couple of times.
Oh yeah,
like,
I know.
was close.
Saw that.
And I could never and like Delusional Arcade Jason kept telling me, and I'm sure there's YouTube video, like I'm sure he had people are looking at YouTube videos and stuff, which whatever. I mean, to me, I don't want to, because I want to figure this shit out on my own. But
well, you kind of have. So
he was talking to me. He was telling me to go underneath him, and yeah, you can go underneath
I
him and go in the back.
That. Yeah, you said it doesn't work.
But the problem, but it's very iffy, because yeah, his claws can't hit you, but his head can still go backwards. And
he's still moving around and shit. I don't know how that would even work.
Yeah, I ended up beating him just staying on the left the whole time.
All right, I'm gonna go check out right now. I'll go check the speed run to see, because last time I remember checking, they stayed to the left and just picked away at it and just tried to bait the hands to go up. So that
lots of jumping. My problem, honestly, more than anything else, was trying to remember that there's those fucking bombs that drop, because it's really easy to miss those. Like,
but if you're on the far left, those will never hit you, though. I don't think they go out that far. Those bombs.
No, they don't. But like, if you want to run up and do angled shots at the heart.
Little advertisement.
By the way, this episode brought to you by
by Gakpo.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait. I'm not right. Wait. This episode brought to you by.
But as you can see, it looks fantastic.
Oh, Buffett's on. Hey, we haven't seen Buffett for a while. What the fuck's he do? Well, I guess he does work from home all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, skeleton dick. There you go.
Oh.
Now, Mock, I thought, and Jimbo too. The woolly mammoth dude, when he puts his trumpet, whatever his trunk, when he shoots it out at you. Isn't it the same kind of thing? You can lead it to shoot in certain ways.
You don't even need to do that for that boss.
I swear I remember playing it that way. Like
if
you
could,
it'll just shoot in that direction. You can avoid it.
Yep.
But there's a better way, is just do what Jim does, is just crouch and shoot like crazy.
Okay, I can't believe when I discovered that, I was like, my mind was just blown that you can actually fucking just shoot at the base.
Oh, I'm jealous, Andrew. How'd you get that sticker?
Okay, so there is a speed run that you can go underneath it, but you still have to come back out and jump over the hand. The body doesn't hurt you, Jim. Did you know that?
The body of the last boss?
Yeah, of the last boss. That weird gray thing, whatever it is, that body you can stand in it, doesn't hurt you. It's the hands you got to watch out for.
But the hands are low. So like, how are you?
So what he's doing is the hands are out front and he's shooting underneath it. And then when they start to come in, he jumps over it and then waits till they go up and then goes back underneath it. It's kind of like it's kind of a method. Yeah.
I gotcha.
And he does it like 3 times. And
are you talking about, you're not talking about the final boss. You're talking about the one before that, right?
No, I'm talking about the final boss with the hands that shoot out. So this speed run, this guy did it. And I wonder if you could beat this eventually. In 10 minutes and 4 seconds. Holy shit. That's a speed run.
Well, he's clearly not collecting all the coins and everything.
No. He's not doing score. He's just doing as fast as he can.
Yeah.
So anyway, when you get tired of you want to see what other people do for techniques,
I just want to get to the point where I can one credit it.
There you go.
Now that I've got there.
Then you can check out what other people do.
Because I made both of my goals last night. One was to beat the game and the other was to get to the final stage without dying, without continuing.
I post a link on our IRC for the Toki.
Wow, you guys are going all out, aren't you? Canadian.
I got business cards somewhere.
All my stickers like right in front of me.
Yeah, mine are in this cup right here.
Here you go, Crafty Mac.
Shouldn't that be on your TPG?
It should be.
You better lick them.
I got one of Jahan's.
Lick them and stick them.
I got one of Jahan's credit up quarter sticker things. You guys have one of these?
I want a hamburger.
I've got a few of those somewhere.
Yeah, got a couple of them.
A hamburger.
Who wants to whack off?
I want a hot dog. I want a milkshake. Ooh,
Cinematronics.
I want
gold. Is that gold?
Nothing and like it.
I got one of these.
Chrome. It's like a.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it looked like gold, like based on the reflection. Yeah. There's an old school Drink Fest one.
Mock, my pin stadiums are here.
My fridge.
Oh, right. Awesome.
I'm
Taito.
My game plan is to start doing. So I just before the show, I finished recording So I've been doing this video way different than normal. Ooh, that's awesome. That's Street Fighter 4 Ryu on the left.
Oh, I have one of those. I think I stuck it to my.
Oh yeah. Let's see what
So,
else is on here.
Oh,
So,
how about something from Eyes?
Ooh.
so Jim, you're gonna install it this weekend?
Ooh. Well, I'm
quarters
gonna
for three
I'm gonna
players.
start. So the game plan. So what I did earlier, once, yeah. God,
Let's see if Jimbo can keep going.
Oh,
Wow,
I got one up on all you guys.
Hey,
How's
there you
that?
go.
Oh,
Hey, we're not.
Ooh.
That's a
Hey,
relic.
Jimbo, we're not talking over you, so right.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Do not bend.
Do not
Yeah.
bend.
Gleek gave me a bunch of these.
So what I did, Mock, was right before the show, I recorded. Actually, let me backtrack. This video, this mod video for my Wonka, is a very unique project. I'm tackling it way different than any other arcade video I've ever done because it's far more complicated. Normally, my process is I kind of outline everything, I shoot everything, and then I edit everything, and then I'm done. But on this one, it's been way more easier, not way more easier, but more organized for me to shoot a segment, edit it, then shoot a segment, edit it.
Really? You don't just shoot it all and be done with it and then edit later?
No, because with all the details of stuff that I'm getting, I need to review the footage, and then like throwing it together quickly has helped me to move on to the next part. So earlier tonight, it's different. And normally that's not my approach, but it's helped me stay a little more organized. Oh, nice, Gak. So tonight, right before the show, nice.
I got one of those too. That's on my.
Yeah, that's an SD card case. Yeah. Excuse me while I whip this out. So tonight, right before the show, I basically took all of my mods and recorded them because for this next segment is going to be me showing every mod that I've got and where it goes on the play field or back box or whatever. So
it's distracting, isn't it?
I can't fucking talk.
Well,
I just show stuff to the camera. I'm just gonna show stuff.
You're just like, look at my keys.
Look at here's my mouse.
So what I did earlier was I basically was shooting all of the mods. I can't do it.
Shit!
Oh,
None of
somebody's
us
official.
One up that one.
Wait, what was that? I missed it. What was it?
It was some metal ornament that.
How about some bitch stickers
when they're on the job?
Bitch stickers. Yes.
Sealed.
I still call those that, by the way, after that show.
Oh, they're sealed, ready for bitching. But so I got all of my, and there's a lot more mods. When I look at it on paper, the number of shots I had to do, I'm like, oh damn, I thought maybe I had about like 7 or 8 mods. No, I have like 15 or 16.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Did you watch Zach Meany's mod installs on his Wonka?
Was those where he just did the mod couple ones? Is that the dude?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I think I saw that video.
He had like the hat, and he had the factory.
He did. They were all. It was all mod couple. Yep.
Yeah, that was all mod couple stuff, I believe.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I got
that.
Some of them are good. Some of them I don't like as much. I have, I think 3 from them. But
so Andrew and I watched, and Keith, we watched the pinball Twippy Awards, which is like pinball awards for like best music, best light show. So one of them was best mod. What was the best mod? And I think Wonka won, if I remember right. Was it the Gobstopper? What was Gobstopper?
Wonka Vader?
No, that's what I would have voted for. I gotta look that up. What won now? But I remember it was up though. A lot of Wonka toys were up for
or maybe the Gobstomper shooter rod.
Plunger, yeah. I don't remember what. Let me see what won here. But yeah. Oh, my mouse just died. Mousy. Come on.
Static electricity.
I held it up in the air and freaked it out.
Yeah. So earlier, so tomorrow I'm gonna edit the mods where they all go on the playfield, and then later in the week, because it's gonna be funny. I've decided I'm gonna mod a mod. The
mod.
And Carrie would understand this because I've shown her the for the LED strips for the back glass.
Mm-hmm.
You remember how I was telling you about how it tells you that you don't need the little clips at the bottom that are there to catch the monitor in case it sags, like the little brackets.
Yeah.
And they're like, just slide those back. You don't need those. It's fine with the magnets. And like, I kept thinking about it. I'm like, I don't like the idea of just like I like having those there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip the brackets that have the LEDs for that bottom part. And I'm just going to jumper wire the LEDs so that I can actually move them over on both sides and still use those brackets. So basically, like if the bracket was like here, or I mean the strip of LEDs was here and the bracket was here, and normally you just push it back, I'm just going to clip it right here on those LEDs and then just jumper them together so that I can still use those. So I'm essentially modding a mod.
Yeah.
Modding a mod.
Yeah, but I like the idea better. I don't want to like just not use those brackets. They're there for a reason. I'd rather have it there as a safety net.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Ooh, I like that. That's some hot ST right there. What is that?
It's an original flyer too. It's
a flyer. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the flyers that came
I
after the
think I
game.
saw Nick had that on his wall. I think
Could be.
Yeah.
But no,
Nick
it's
doesn't even play ST.
and Andrew stole it from him when he wasn't looking.
Yeah, we stole it.
Right. Last time you're invited.
I'll tell you what I stole. A lot of drinks.
I think with Andrew's alleged pickups, he needs to get rid of that big blue cabinet. Right?
Yeah.
Where am I going to put it?
I don't think that's going to happen.
Who would sell it, or who would buy it?
Who would buy it? What about Mike? What about Lethargy? He needs one, doesn't he?
That's my horizontal JAMA cabinet.
$800
sell
delivered
that.
to Minnesota. That's the final offer.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I can't. I can't take it because it's not the right.
It's not the right one. Yeah, I know you don't want it. So yeah.
I had a pickup this week.
Sweet.
Dragon Slayer finally?
Anyone see it? No one saw it. What'd you say?
Dragon Slayer finally?
No, that's
Hey, Dave, if you don't post it in Slack, you're dead to us.
Yeah.
No.
You gotta have a picture of you driving with it, illegally taking a selfie.
Call me sir, god damn it.
No, I picked up an Exity Targ.
Oh,
nice.
Yes, it's on Clav. I want to trade it. I picked it up because I know someone else will probably like it more than me.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that game.
Huh?
I wasn't a big fan of the game.
No, neither am I. But somebody's
way to yuck his yum, Mock.
Sorry.
No, I hate neither am I. That's why I want to trade it. Somebody will probably like it, and so.
Did you get a great deal on it or something?
I got a good deal on it.
Oh, okay.
It was funny because I'm going there, and it's like I guess the basement was full of games, and it was like somebody sold a house, and I don't know. Well, the only thing is it was in an estate sale. Well, no, they had an estate sale, but I guess nobody bought the games because the guy was telling us. And then when I decided to make the deal on the Targ, the lady did take it down from Facebook Marketplace like an hour later. Like I made the deal and she just pulled it. I don't know if she learned a lesson or whatever. So the only 3 games left, or there was 4 games left. There was the Targ, which she's like, oh, it doesn't have any because it doesn't have the original bezel. But the bezel is on eBay right now if somebody buys this and wants that bezel, because who else has got a freaking Targ? You know what I mean? So you could I almost thought about buying it and then just making it more appealing, but so they go together, but let someone else deal with it if they want. But so
somebody probably has one somewhere in a stack of.
Well, no, it's
bezels.
on eBay right now.
I know, but is it expensive though? Or...
Well, it says make offer. They want 180, but I
Yeah.
don't know how long it's been there. I didn't research. Maybe it's been there for a year. You know how many targs are out
They
there?
probably won't take $40. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
that.
but if somebody wants to spend 100, they'll probably take 100.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I doubt they're getting many offers. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling up to get the game, and then I see some guy loading 2 games. I'm like, motherfucker! I start driving quick. Like, what game's he got? And it was Donnie, my buddy, tall Donnie
Really?
from Rochester. He'd called me in the morning and said but I didn't answer the phone and he didn't leave a message. And I actually picked up my buddy to help me get this game because it was in a basement. And he already got his games. He got a some volleyball that was converted to JAMA.
Okay.
And it was a trivia game. It wasn't an original Tempest Cabaret cabinet. But
Really?
there's nothing there left.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's nothing. I mean,
That's still a neat cabinet to have.
Yeah, he pulled the
19-inch
overlay
vertical.
off. He'll to be honest, he's going to make a multi-game out of it for somebody.
Yeah.
But there's
Yeah.
nothing else there. He sent me a picture. He pulled the overlay off, and there was the Tempest artwork. But he's got nothing. It was all gone. But the price was right, and in fact, he went just to pick up that, and they gave him the other game for free because it wasn't working. And he's got a Toyota Rav4, and he's this little car, and he goes, he knows that he strapped the other one to the top of the car. So he had it's this tiny little Rav4, and he's got the JAMA game, the volleyball.
Hey, I've
thing.
got a little Rav4 myself. Damn it!
I should have taken pictures of it because he's like, go behind me on the throughway, just make sure it's not moving. And it's
My God!
Rav4s can fit in a nice sized cabinet
It
easily.
did fit at the cabinet. He put the Tempest on top. He did pull the monitor. He pulled the monitor, put that in the front seat. But
Pussy.
he had another cabinet on top of the car.
Yeah, but he has a more because the old Rav4s are actually really small, but he had more of a modern-ish Rav4. I assume.
I don't know. It's not that. It didn't look that new.
Because
I mean, it was pushed all the way up to the front.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And then he had the monitor in there.
No
and,
testosterone at all.
Yeah,
But he goes, I didn't
because
know
Jim and I
that-
both drive Rav4s, different models.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
'cause have-
specifically bought mine because I didn't want a fucking van, but I wanted to be able to fit something comfortably in my
Fits the
vehicle
games in there.
and
That's
close
what he-
the door.
Yeah,
That's what
I
he brought to Brofest last year. He had maybe he did got a new one, but he's like it's better on gas. He's got a pickup that he uses for plowing snow.
Carrie got
It's like
Carrie
the
got her
gas
fucking pole position in hers.
Yeah. I've managed to get every game except Mortal Kombat would not fit in there. The door wouldn't open wide enough. I think if I could have taken the door off, it would have worked.
I bet it would have fit in mine because where it goes top.
Yeah,
like
because
up
your
like
your
that.
door. Yeah, because Jim has the door
Yeah.
that opens up top. Mine has the door that swings to the side.
Oh, okay.
And the opening just isn't quite as much. But yeah, they're great. They're great
It's a little
vehicles.
too tight.
I don't know if it would have fit. I think it probably would have fit my baby Pac-Man, but I didn't want to risk it, so I borrowed a friend's truck because I was driving all the way over to pick it up from an auction, and it was like a one-shot deal of like, this is when you will pick up your game kind of thing. So I borrowed a truck, but I think it might have fit that.
Dave, so Targ,
I got the ding.
My recollection of that game, the first time I saw it, I'm pretty sure I saw it back in the day, but at California Extreme, it was like my second or third year going there. So like 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. And I think it was Drewster, Carrie, you know it. It was either
A friend of the
Drewster.
show.
He comes up to about here. On
He comes on sometimes.
It was either Drewster or Paul, who lives near Drewster.
about up to here on Andrew.
They had a Targ at CAX that they're fully working in pretty nice shape, complete, all original. They had it for sale for $150 at CAX.
Oh wow!
And I was looking at it, I'm like,
Dave,
you know, and I guarantee everybody else was doing the same thing. But
Dave, look at Andrew.
Before the end of CAX, he posted, I'm pretty sure he posted on KLV. There's probably an old thread that I could find. And he's like, hey man, I don't want to take this thing home. If somebody wants to give me $50 for it, you can have it. And no one took it.
No.
See the video footage I posted of it? It's not that fun. So
It's I don't know if it has staying power, but it's definitely, I mean, shit, if you could get it that
Staying
cheap, you could
power.
if
always
it's
sell
cheap,
that
go
cheap,
for
I
it.
think,
But
you know? Yeah.
and if you have the real estate,
But
to put it in.
it seems like nowadays though, because it's kind of it's not black and white, is it?
No, it's real basic colors, like
Yeah.
3 colors, I think. And
But it's kind of like that crossover between bronze.
it reminds me of
era
not Firefox. What's it? Something Solar Fox. That's what it reminds me of.
Oh.
Kind of. Kind of move around and just shoot anything and try not to let it hit you. Basically.
Yeah.
But it's like moving up and down or left and right
And
in
it's
a
got
grid.
the giant joystick, right? Like Venture, I
grid.
think.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Looks like a game on my
Oh.
TI-85 calculator.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Texas Instruments or something.
Yeah.
I would think like some collectors now though, because
Well,
it's such
somebody
a,
who wants like who's an He's got boner for
yes,
Exit.
and it's an
Yeah.
obscure
Yep.
game that
Did
you
someone
don't see
say
very often.
boner?
It'd be great to have at Grinkers, with all his other games.
He's probably got 3 of them in storage.
Yeah. Exactly.
We would torture people by putting in the tournament some year.
Yes.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh, that might be a good blindfolded one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
You know?
Ooh.
Ah.
Ooh. Can we do eyes blindfold as a Nat game?
That'll go quick.
Oh yeah, that will go quick. That'd be fun.
Is
Left,
it is
right,
eyes? Would you
And
think
Jim
eyes
does
would
his
go?
pattern.
You think eyes would go quick?
I can't.
He's the
I
partner.
get blindfolded.
I need a visual. Yeah.
So if you compare eyes to
Like
Miss
most
Pac-Man,
guys, I like
You
the
could be the
visual.
talker, and then the other person is the.
Yeah, you
there
can
you
still
go.
have an assistant because that's what
Yeah.
Nat is supposed to be, an
Right.
assistant with you.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
it's
that could be-
blindfolded.
I could
Up, down,
preemptively.
left, right.
Wouldn't that be an interesting experiment to preemptively announce a pattern?
We tried doing that with Miss Pac-Man. It was way too hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Miss Pac-Man was a
That was
flunk
one
fail.
It
and
was
I would
a
think
big
eyes
fail,
would go
and
as
that's-
fast.
I
It
would
would
say
be
it's
as
a fail, but it
hard.
was a successful fail insofar
Yeah.
as we didn't have really long games.
Yes,
No,
that's true.
true. Not like
So,
that Donkey Kong game that Matroid and what's
I
his
know.
Chris, I think that.
I liked Carrie's diaper
Dominated.
exchange Donkey Kong. That was a good
That
one.
was it was a,
Although
that
it
was kind
got
of a fun
brutal.
idea.
That was
Yeah.
I missed
So
that one.
on
was
the
fun.
chat,
Just yanking the diapers off.
Yeah,
And then at the
Nuclear
end,
Warren in the chat.
Donnie's like, "Can I have these?"
I know that was awesome. I love that.
Nuclear Warren, yeah, Spectre.
Yeah, he's all Spectre, which I think is the same game, but another cabinet.
Another name, I think.
Is it like-
Sphincter? Sphincter?
So
I think
so,
I think he's right.
Yeah, like Exidy was Targ, but Spectre was like
Good, Dave. That wasn't a big
Atari or
push.
something like that. It was a different
Right in
cabinet,
the
but it was
diaphragm.
like the same. Because I'm pretty sure there was a few games like that, right? That were licensed to two different companies.
Titles, yeah.
They just
Gax
kinda
got the
Like
green, the
what
green lighting going.
Make Tracks has a different
Yep,
name.
I do.
What was Make
That's
Tracks'
nice.
other name? Like a paint roller or something?
Yes, Crush Roller.
Crush Roller.
There you
There's
go.
like 4 variations of that game on the big kit.
Did you watch Todd Tuckey's like, I'm blowing all these games out of here because we need the cash?
Yeah.
And then he's like pointing at stuff and it's like shit that's like the same price on Craigslist. And that's his big blowout price.
Yeah.
Here, I'm doing a Terminator 2, $4,000.
He had a video recently where I was
56,000.
like, where it was like he was smoking something. I'm like, what are you doing with these games? Like,
We gotta
fuck,
get it
I need
out
to
of
look
here.
that video up. Yeah, and some videos are I find
Like a used car salesman.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry,
it's like,
Jim.
It's like used cars with Kurt Russell.
It was like I was talking about though, like in his last couple of videos where there's not been anyone else around, where it's just been him, and he's referring to his monitors as monitors now. Normally it's television set,
Yeah.
and he can tell when it's all by himself, when it's just him. He knows what's up, but as so as there's people around, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do my little quirks and stuff." And
What
You
is
can't
funny
deny
though?
his like knowledge and like history.
Oh, he
behind
knows
everything.
stuff. I know
Dude, he's been
like, yeah.
around since the 70s.
I do think it's funny though. Like if
I gotta
he's on
find
his
that
knees
video, though.
showing something, and then when he gets up, they have a sound effect in there, like of breaking celery, like
Oh, yeah.
like all his bones are breaking just to get up from his knees.
But I love Todd Tuckey. I watch his videos. I think he's funny. He's he is retail. He's selling to guys that just want to buy. Like the
okay. This was what I was gonna say right here. In his last video, he's selling this Marvel versus Street Fighter CPS2 game in the cabinet, and he clearly has absolutely no knowledge of fighting games because he's selling it with like Robotron Wicco joysticks in it. And he's like,
no!
it's still got the leaf switches and everything in there. I'm like, you've clearly never ever fucking played a fighting game in your life, because no one is gonna buy this with fucking Leaf joysticks.
It'd be funny if it had a big Tron joystick in there.
It's so bad.
Play Street Fighter, and there's not a player 2 either.
And in the same video, he's got this ugly converted Arkanoid Cabaret. It's not I don't know what it originally was as a Cabaret, but it wasn't an Arkanoid. And he's like, I could not find, you're so lucky because I found a CPO for this. And I'm like, that said Arkanoid on it. I'm like, there's like 2 or 3 easy to find third-party Arkanoid CPOs that would fit that. And you're talking, and you're telling me that this ugly piece of shit right here, let me share this. This is all you could find? Like, that's fucking horrid. And this yellow tea molding is fucking god awful.
It is god awful.
That's that overlay is probably like the cheapest one you could find on
yeah. There's at least 2 others that he could get for that would fit, and that's what he settled with.
Is it like a missile command? What is that cabinet?
Weird.
I have no idea.
Is that Mars game maybe? There's like a game called Mars.
I don't know.
It almost looks like one for a sec. Yeah.
I don't know, guys. But that video, I'm like,
a Dragon Slayer.
Yeah. And we'll get them next month, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But so like that, those 2 things, I'm like, I watch his videos like sporadically. I have to skip through them because like his editing techniques are like someone from like the 1980.
Oh, there's hardly any editing, it seems like.
And it's all one camera, and but
I like him. I like, it's all.
No, I'm not. Okay, so I'm not trying to shit on
you're
Todd
technical.
Tucky.
You're just because you're like, I would do it this way, but you're not picking on him as a person. It's just like I would have done videos.
No, absolutely.
Well, Jim's a professional editor, so
Jim, your video quality's
not
unmatched.
Yeah, but to Todd's credit, I don't care. I can shit talk him all day. He's got almost 32,000 subscribers. I've got 5. All right. So it doesn't matter what the fuck I say.
You know
all
what's
right.
funny about video editing though? It's like when I do it for work, I make it like super professional and awesome. But when it's for my own use, I just want to get it done. And I'm like, I get lazy with it because it's like I just want to get it out the door. So like, I don't spend the time like Jim does where he makes it look awesome.
I know. I think about that I think about it sometimes when I'm editing, like for instance, this video right now is my Wonka mod video, and I'm spending this time editing. I'm cleaning up the audio, making sure it's sweetened, there's no noise, making sure that everything is white balanced perfectly.
Yeah, I was gonna say adjust your colors and everything.
I'm color balancing everything. Yeah. I'm adjusting. I'm spending all this time on color tones and stuff and the contrast. And I'm like, in the end, this is gonna get 200 views. What the fuck am I doing? I'm wasting 2 hours on.
Well, I bet if you posted that on Pinside though, you get a lot more views and a lot more people into it. You just gotta expand your audience to the actual target audience for this.
Yeah, and and the other thing is that I don't really advertise my videos. It's just like,
I know, but just post in the main thread around like Wonka, because like there's like the owner's thread, and just be like, hey, I put a video up on my mods.
I told Carrie this.
You get a ton of people watching it.
I told Carrie this. Anytime I have to put my face in front of the camera, and I have to, and instead of doing like breaking up, so like I had a little intro where I'm standing by Wonka. This is spoilers for people. I'm standing in front of Wonka to the camera, and I'm basically saying, hey, this is my first pinball video. I'm not doing gameplay, but I'm going to do this mod video. And so there's a little truncated version of it. But and I'm talking about how I just got this machine, blah, blah, blah. It's maybe a minute and a half long total. And I had this in my head. I had it worked out, like what I was going to say. And so it's a minute and a half, right? To get me to, and instead of doing the smart thing, which would be like breaking it up into maybe like 3 segments where I can cut to a close up or whatever, I can seam it together. I've got B-roll already shot. I'm like, I want to get this in one take. I want to get this just perfect in one take. Took me almost 2 hours to get that one shot to get it right.
That's
wow.
sick.
two fucking hours of my life for a minute and a half. And where is actually, if I had done a little bit better, been a little bit smarter, been like, I've already got the B-roll shot, I can cut back between these takes stuff. I probably could have cut that down to a quarter of that time, but that's me. I have to get in one take. I have to do it right. And anytime I'm in front of the camera and I have to speak. If I'm off camera and I'm speaking voiceover, whatever, that's fine. But I have to do it. And even in the editing, you're not going to see that one take. It's going to be broken up anyways. So it's just like, things like that where it's like,
you need a producer.
Idiot. Yeah.
You need a producer who can just like help you like figure that shit out and just be like, no, that's good. It's in the can. We're on the next one.
Yeah. Yep.
But Jim treats his videos like he does his monitors.
Well, no, it's true. But
Mark, I'm exactly the same. I treat my videos like I treat my monitors too. It's like spot on.
Nice.
Spot on comparison.
Thank you, Gak.
That was
Thank
good.
you.
You know,
Thank
I
you,
just shitted out a video today. You know, so
Shit it out.
And Mocket's boner.
Gak,
all my videos need shits.
No, I have to shit.
Gak, within 12 months, you'll have more subscribers than I do, so it doesn't matter.
I've been at this shit
I have
for
to be in the
2.5
same room.
years.
It's all about content and frequency.
Yeah.
And so you could have the best videos in the world, but if you're well, I don't want to say impossible, but if you're only pumping something out like once every like 6 months or whatever year,
and that video is like already 3 years
video
old.
was a video from an event from 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I used to love that channel.
For instance, I like Joe. I like Joe. But I unsubscribed to him because he upped his content, but it wasn't the content that his channel advertised.
Yeah, true.
And it's Zhao's Arcade, not Zhao's Vegan.
And I'm friendly with Joe, and I've hung out with Joe once, I think. And I went and bought his Robotron, so you know I'm friendly with him. And I was the same way. I liked his videos until he stopped doing arcade videos altogether, and it was just beer reviews only.
And
it's
vegan
not like
stuff.
And that's not my thing. So
it doesn't take much for me to subscribe to a channel. It just needs to be consistent. And so I liked his arcade videos. And granted, they weren't restore videos, they weren't rebuild videos. They were
him just playing games.
We're gonna play this game, or here's what I just picked up.
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it's like,
plus we kind of
what
knew
the hell?
it, so
all it is
kinda
is beer
cool
reviews,
too, so.
and you should eat vegan. And I'm like, this isn't
Yeah.
Zhao's Arcade. You need a new channel name.
And not only that, but the beer reviews, since I was watching all of them, and they started repeating like, oh, I'm getting a citrusy taste. I'm getting, it started being sort of similar.
Well,
so
okay.
it's like, well,
Are people really into that though?
Yeah, it's hard to do that.
Here's the thing. Are people really?
But Gak has like an angle on that. He's like doing like the fun pairing thing and trying to make it more interesting.
But that's all different. Animal.
But here,
Yeah.
but
he's
by
doing
itself,
as opposed to just
are you really interested in someone being like, this tastes good? It has a hint of this.
Yeah, Joe would
Like,
never say this sucks, yuck, and put it down. He would never say that.
I was actually no,
he
that's
has.
not true because
He
I
has.
he
What?
has. We actually the one of the things I did with he and Nate at Grinkers.
Did he cut it from the video? Was it?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if
I've never seen him ever say this was
did.
gross.
I mean, that was like a full on like we all agreed it was a fucking drain pour. It was so bad. It was like pour that fucking beer out.
I don't understand how people can
I
find this.
I watched that happen while it was filming.
I don't understand how people can find this interesting. It's got a good taste of this. It smells good. It tastes like this.
Because I tried some of the beers he had. I was like, yuck.
It's like you're watching someone eat a slice of pizza and they're like, this tastes good.
Because he gets the beers that I can get too. I live near him.
Who the fuck gives a shit? It's someone else eating or drinking something.
Oh my
Who
god.
gives a fucking shit what you think?
Well, because he's a beer connoisseur.
Yeah, he's vegan. He doesn't drink. He spits that shit out.
He switches it around like a wine tester, and Puts it in a spit
out.
bucket.
Beer isn't
shit.
made of like meat byproduct.
That'd be a weird beer place to go to, where there's a spit bucket.
That would be also be all
It's not-
foamy. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
And someone could
That's
walk
like-
up.
It's
Okay,
gluten-free.
okay.
It's vegan.
Here's my analogy. Like someone like okay, Joe doing his beer reviews is equivalent to me watching a trailer reaction for people. Oh, this movie looks good. Oh my god! Wow! Oh, that happened. Who gives a fucking shit what you think? I haven't tried it. I haven't watched it.
I'm going to disagree, because there are people out there that do care what he thinks. He's got a lot of followers.
Does he ever say that they're bad? Because he's got a million.
I've never.
And
Andrew said he did, but
he's
never
definitely
saw
at least
that.
done at least one. I can't speak to his whole
One out of all
content.
those beers.
I don't know. No. I don't watch all of his videos, so I can't speak to all of his content.
Well,
but I saw him
first
do
off,
it
I don't
live.
think he buys or people give him shitty beers. So
No.
that right off
So-
the bat's gonna make him like at least like a grade C or higher.
All right, let me ask this.
What
to the group.
he's
not gonna
reviewing
do a
is not
review
just
on a
like
shitty
off the
beer.
shelf.
All
standard
I'm
beers.
saying
He's-
is
he's
that
drinking
he
mostly,
needs to
like, pretty cool
change.
beers.
He needs to change his channel name or whatever, because Zhao's
it's different
Arcade.
now. Yeah, it's
If
not
you click
arcade
on something
anymore.
that says arcade in it, and all you see are beer reviews and vegan
and vegan
tips,
recipes. Yeah.
Yeah, the pivot
Okay,
doesn't
here.
really make sense.
something's
Let
wrong.
me throw this out there to the group. Everybody who is still subscribed to him. 2. Okay.
I dropped it a long time ago. As soon as
Yeah,
he started,
I dropped
he
it about a
switched to
year
the beer
ago.
review.
But
Yeah.
I said
If he
I
ever
never
starts-
subscribed.
Okay.
I
Carrie,
still
She-
watch his
Carrie
beer
doesn't even
reviews.
subscribe
I
to
don't
me,
watch.
so
if
it's
he
all right.
does, if he starts doing arcade stuff again, I'd probably
He just
resubscribe.
did a read thing of his.
It's in our contract.
He just did
I
he
got-
had a bar built. He was doing the arcade.
Don't piss me off.
Did a new thing. And I was actually looking because he did a PAX 6 thing a few years ago.
Who
where he
did?
had that. Mark Spaeth did the
Oh.
PAX 6. I don't think you could even, because the link is not even.
Oh, it's
not even.
fun. Yeah,
Six-pack.
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
buy it.
No, you can't buy it because I was thinking about getting a Pac-Man. I'm thinking, oh, I'd like to have that. So I literally was scrolling forever, and I'm like, my God, he's done so many beer reviews, just trying to find it. And before I found an arcade thing, which he just did put one out recently, and I watched it, and it was good. You know, he showed up.
The
as
walk around was
little-
great. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love his setup.
The reach around was good too.
Yeah, but he did
I'd
a
take a
ton
reach
of beer reviews. I was like, I couldn't
I
believe
think he's got
how
it
many.
down to a science. There's probably very little editing needed. He can just set the camera
That's all
up
one
in
take.
like 10
Yeah.
minutes. He's done. Yeah.
But a
But I
lot
love,
of
his, I love
beers.
his setup. Like, I mean, like what he's done with the garage as far
Oh,
as
yeah,
it's
it's great.
like it looks awesome. I love the whole, like, you know, the behind the couch tables things and the
Yeah, and I
chairs
like
there.
the TV setup. I'm
The
like,
TV
ooh, that
setup,
looks
yeah.
great with 3 different things on it. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
there you go.
I
You know who
disagree.
put out a video that hasn't put out a video in forever? Was Joel Griffin.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I was gonna say
he
Joe.
put out a video, and
With
I'm like, oh my
aliens?
God, yeah, it's
Yes!
aliens over his house. So he's aiming his camera up, straight up, and you can see these lights that are like shimmering, and then they stop,
think he's-
and then they move, then they stop, then they go this way, they stop, and they go like that, and then they go, ew, and he's
I'll
like
start-
talking to it the whole time.
I'm
Did
gonna
you
start by
watch it,
saying
guys?
this. I've always found Joel very entertaining. I like him.
100%.
I think maybe he's just been hitting the 420.
It's just the
a little too hard.
MOSFET, mate.
I think he's been hitting it pretty hard like the last year.
It's
I
the
like him a
MOSFET.
lot myself too.
And you know, I love his reading and talking about stories about aliens and shit too. But
Yeah,
man, he
aliens are
is
fun.
out there.
Aliens are fun, the little people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the
But
big
yeah,
people.
he has like 2 or 3 videos that he just posted that are like, and it's funny because he'll the aliens flying over his house. I think they're drones myself, but he's like, look at it go, look, it goes over there, then it goes over there. Okay, do something cool. He's talking to it, you know, while he's recording. You know, okay, now go towards me more. Okay, good. Oh, where are you going, little guy? And then like drives off.
Do you, Mark, do you follow him on Twitter?
Yeah, wait. Do I on Twitter?
I did.
On
I
Facebook,
did
I
from
do.
a long time ago, and then all of a sudden I started seeing him do stuff like in the last month. I'd say.
I follow him on
It's all
Facebook.
like UFO alien.
He's been doing a
stuff.
lot of Facebook posts on UFOs lately, so that's what he's hot on right now. That's his newest obsession, I think.
Yeah.
UFOs watching movies in his theater.
Is
Yeah.
he, is he
With them.
still like what's his channel? Is it Arcade Icon still or
I think so. Whatever his like.
Arcade Icons was like his thing.
Yeah.
Mark, did he create a new Facebook page? Because I was friends with
Yes,
him, and then
he
I'm
did.
not. And then I see you could be friends with Joel.
He deleted it all. Then he sent out a thing, you know. And
oh yeah, here it is.
Whatever. Yeah.
I think part of that was because he had his kids,
family. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now he's redone it without children, his kids.
Without, it's just
he wanted their privacy. Is my understanding.
He has
his own private.
He hasn't posted it in 2 years on YouTube.
But I think maybe he has a new channel then. Here, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, because like I don't think I thought I was subscribed to him before, but I don't think so.
I did some other arcade stuff when my son was playing Operation Wolf, and then I was playing it, and I'm putting my arm on the box, and I'm getting a shock, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Okay, cabinet grounding.
Oh, who has? You
I
guys want it in chat? Joel's new channel.
Yeah,
okay. It's new because he only has 3 videos in there. Because he deleted everything else.
The cabinet was missing.
He's got 4 million subscribers.
Yeah, watch. He's gonna get huge off of it. Sorry, Dave.
No, it's all right. 360 subscribers.
360. Yeah.
Something.
Right.
I mean, that's somebody.
Save that for later.
He just repaired his Return of the Jedi.
Shit. 360 within a year.
So he has a Return of the Jedi. He just did 2 days ago. He did.
He sold it, I think.
He just repaired it. But that's a shitty game anyway. So.
I didn't mind Return of the Jedi.
I don't like
remember
it.
playing it in the arcade.
I don't like it. I like the other 2 games better.
If you're a Star Wars fan and you have space, it's kind of a neat thing to have.
Yeah. It would look great next to a 720 and a Major Havoc dedicated and iRobot, and
if you've got the huge
Firefox
arcade to put it in,
to have those like wide head games all next to each other would be fucking amazing.
I had mine next to my
buttwad.
So what's funny is
I had 720 next to that too. Yeah,
I follow the other Joe
big head Atari games with the skinny bodies.
I follow the other Joe Abate, and he's like been because they closed his arcade down, you know, that he works at, so he's been home going stir crazy. So he's been repairing all his Laserdisc machines. Did you see that? So he's
I commented on his.
That was cool. Yeah, he has all his laser machines running. Like,
wait, who's?
I was like, so he lives like about a 10 or 15 minute drive from me. He's got Joe is his name.
Joe Abate.
Abate. Yeah. He's got like almost
every year. Almost.
He's got almost every laser.
He doesn't stand for baloney.
And he runs, helps run their arcade at Coin Op Game Room in Sacramento. And so since all the COVID stuff, he's been, like just tuning up his games he's got already.
That weren't working great, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got like a lot of weird games.
Oh, he's got a lot of rare ones. So, but I chimed in on his thing on Facebook. I'm like, hey, great. When you run out of those projects, I got a Dragon Slayer I can bring over to you.
Yeah,
and he's like, he's like, well, I got like tons more projects, but
if you're bored and looking for projects,
I got a project for you.
Yeah,
yeah. He was showing
the
off,
monitor while you're at it,
and on Facebook he was showing off. He just fixes Bega's battle. That's like like rare. That's the one, that Japanese anime one with the weird backgrounds, and it's basically a shooter. Carrie would like it.
I like shooters.
You shoot stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a simple girl. I like to shoot shit.
No platforms, just shoot.
The other one Mark, did you see the other one he had? And I'm sure it's like an awful game, but like
I didn't have a good
rare.
shoot sound effect.
It's like goalie or something like that.
Oh,
like,
the football game. The football Laserdisc game.
Maybe it's football.
She pulled the goalie.
Yeah, I think it's a football game. That was a Laserdisc game, though, right?
That was what
it's all green.
Said.
That's the football.
Now she's pregnant.
It's a weird football Laserdisc game. I don't even know how to play it.
I've never seen or heard of one before.
Yeah, it's weird.
I was listening to Old Coin Rejects, and they were talking about like how many
old coin rejects versus new coin rejects.
Well, like previous episodes, and somebody had like chimed in
previously on Coin Rejects.
I think they said there was like 20, then somebody's like, called them out like, no, there's like 40 or something, and I'm like,
I was gonna say which is more vector games or Laserdisc games? They're
I don't know.
Well,
40
I think there's 28 vectors.
Jeff Kinder, who was on our show, who does the
I love Jeff.
Yeah, his Dragon Slayer. If you go, I'll post a link. His Dragon Slayer
Dragon Slayer project.
Yeah, he shows like all the Laserdisc games that are out there, and it's like over 100. So
I've never seen or heard of.
Wow. Well, that's got to be way more than vectors then.
I mean, Laserdisc games I saw in Buffalo, New York were Dragon's Lair, Space Ace, Mach 3, Astron Belt. I played Cliffhanger, Dragon's Lair 2.
What's the one Leo has? The Mad Dog.
Oh, and Mad Dog McCree. I did play that, but I can't think of
all those that you named. Is pretty much what I remember.
Yeah, I mean those other ones. I'm like, where the hell were these?
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't see them, Gak, you were in California. You guys, you were the mecca. I mean, of just like a big city. Like, I don't like. Where the hell did these things even get? Put out. How many do they make?
Yeah, I would guess closer to 40 than 100. I don't know.
Well, I think at Coin Rejects they said it was
wrong.
like 40 or
wrong.
something.
That
because
was 49. I'm
40 gigs. Coin Rejects said 20. Then the next episode they said, well, somebody corrected us. They said there's over 40 because they were
49.
guessing.
I think it was 49. So click my link on the IRC. You can see the list
like
of
pull my
games
finger
there.
over the internet.
Yeah. Click my
link.
finger.
Click my finger. Use your little finger.
But you can click on the game and you can see like a picture of it, so you can see what it looks like.
Oh, Firefox. Firefox I played. I forgot about that.
Yes, you're right.
I did play Firefox. Mad Dog.
So, here, I'll put
Astron Bell, did you mention that one?
Time Gal. Wow.
I haven't seen that since
Yeah, so Joe did a remake of that Time Gal.
Here it comes.
The year that we did the prototype tournament.
Yeah, I almost beat it.
Jimbo's like super engaged. Why can't you just show some stickers, Jimbo?
You know why I couldn't beat it?
Let's do when we're bored.
His version of it is in
that's the way everybody else misbehaves. There you go.
Is he drunk all the time?
Yeah.
Where the hell did you get that?
It's a flask.
Yes, that's awesome.
He's been drinking it.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
That was a bachelor gift party or a bachelor gift present from my buddy's wedding.
Yeah.
What a good gift. That's so funny.
Yep. Yeah, with all my other toys, the Rubik's Cube that Andrew gave me, bitch stickers, all the little I've still got I've got my little double bubbles and yeah. If you guys, when we have the Nat, whatever it is, whatever year it is, we're all still alive, the coronavirus, whatever, fuck you. We'll all be here and you guys can see my little setup where I've got all my little toys on my little desk.
Ooh, did you just invite us to a Nat at your house, Jim?
Fucking right.
I'm pretty sure you just did.
It would be fun in Minneapolis.
Oh, it's happening.
You combine it with the Pee Wee's rescheduling.
Yeah.
Like we'll come.
No. We won't do it the same time, the same weekend, because that's too much.
Yeah.
But we will.
Yeah, and we'd have to abandon most of them so that we could go to Pee Wee and be like, okay, bye, you guys, have fun.
All right, have a good time.
No.
All right, well,
hopefully
let's hope we're not going to piss off every single one of your neighbors, Jim.
I have. Everyone's old. They don't hear jack shit here. I know that's because I play Wonka.
Like in a retirement community. You never told us.
Oh, and I can reinforce. Yeah. No, it's all old.
I've been worried about you with Wonka being what floor? You're the second floor.
Second floor. I've got Wonka turned up. Geez, it's loud, but it's not even that. It's at volume 20, and it goes up to like I don't know if it's 100 or what. It's loud. Carrie, Carrie doesn't know this, but it's loud, and it's got a shaker motor and everything. I've been playing that. I've got 100+ games on there.
Dude, if
you kids around,
you're a night owl. If you haven't had any complaints, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, if you turn the volume all the way down and just use headphones or no sound, pinball machines make a shitload of sound.
Yeah, pinballs are loud, especially with the glass off.
Like, I'm playing this at like 3 in the morning.
I'm worried about leaving this door open because my fucking neighbors who just live in the next house can just hear pins.
Yeah. I have all my games going. I have this in 3 in the morning. I'm singing to songs drunk, going, like Frankie Valli. I'm just like
poor Carrie.
You never had much of
no.
Nobody from
Carrie knows damn well that where I'm at and the people that live around me. I have been here for almost 4 years. I've never once had a noise complaint.
Then you're not going to get it, I guess.
Yeah, right. Well, there's no neighbor on the other side of those games because that's where the stairwell is. So that's
Okay.
that's
That
fortunate.
helps for sure,
And
yeah.
then and I will say there's really, I think, really good soundproofing there, because it's like hardly ever do I hear any noise from a neighbor. And I know when I've lived in apartments, I'm always like, who are the elephants who live upstairs, kind of thing.
Yeah, and honestly, when
that's
I
where
have
the saying for the other shoe
Yeah.
drops. That's where it comes from. It's like, it's like
Yeah.
someone kicking off their shoes. It's like you hear the first one, the other
Yeah.
shoe. You just wait
So-
for the other shoe to drop.
Right.
So my
But yeah, no,
door
they're-
buzzer doesn't work worth shit. So when people show up, I tell them just text me and I'll open up the door for you. So which is on either side, it's very short distance. And so I'll there's a front door, there's a back door. I'll grab the door. They show up and they're like, "So which apartment's yours?" Like people that haven't been here before. And it's not like they can hear what's going on. There might be like 10, 15 people, music's blaring, all the games are on and stuff. And oh, here you are. It's not like they're like,
Yeah, that's
I can
true.
hear where you're at.
That's a good point, because you're right. Usually, like when you walk up to someplace, you can hear the part where the party's going on.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and they have some wicked good soundproofing.
And I've
in those
had
places.
I'm going on, was it like the 7th or 8th? I've been numbering all of the parties I have here as game night number whatever. And I think the next one I would have would be 7 or 8. And yeah, it's like typically we end up with, it's always when Carrie's here, so it's what, 10 to 15 people on average. Sometimes more, sometimes 10 to 20 people. And yeah, but there are a lot of old people in this. Like that's one of the reasons I like it, because it's quiet here.
Yeah.
Except you.
I know, right?
Yeah.
3 a.m. playing pinball.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
and
I
I'm
honestly
like,
can't
"Fuck!"
hear.
Oh shit! Dave, watch my Toki stream from last. Like fuck. Yeah, that's me.
Well, right now. I mean,
And
it's
you're doing
midnight.
headphones
That's
on.
true. Yeah.
It's midnight. It's midnight.
Yeah, it's midnight, and nobody's complaining. And you've been doing this. I mean, you're loud as shit, and you got your earphones on. You don't realize how loud you are. I mean, nobody's complaining. You're good. What a great place to live.
Yeah, it doesn't suck. Yeah,
I mean, I
granted,
can't
a
wait to
house would
put
be
it-
better, but I'll get there eventually. But yeah, for now.
Sounds like
but
you got
yeah,
a good gig
but
going.
yes, I would love to have comfortably carry. We've talked about this before. 15, maybe 20 people comfortably in the summer, like in the spring or summer, a comfortable time where people, if they want to do their vapes or whatever, they can go on the balcony. But yeah, I would say no more than that. So it would have to be a small contained NAD event, but yeah, we could do it for sure. It'd be fun.
I was really
And-
looking forward
was
to
no more than
Pee-wee to
20 of
come
us
to
at
see the
Nick's.
Oh
arcades.
my God,
Yeah.
Dave!
Well, it's still gonna happen. Just
It's
Well, I'm
gonna
gonna
happen. It's
make
just
Jim
postponed.
fly to Buffalo to redo my his goal is we're gonna make my super hang on like his. And I'm gonna say, Jim, what do I need here? I will paint before. I want to make it when you leave. We'll do a little video. Like this is what it looks like, and we're gonna make it
I
as
could
close
coach-
to Jim's as I have 2 nice donor tubes. Even I don't even think I have much burn, so I don't think we'd have to.
Well, the nice thing about the nice thing about super hang-ons, especially the upright that you have, like mine, is that most of them came with K7000s in them, so they're beautiful chassis and they're easy to tube swap. So the monitor isn't the issue. The yellowing of the plastic is.
Well, no,
but-
that's maybe I could do that before you get here. That'll be the pre-Dave.
Yeah, I can
try.
give you a few tips on that,
Yeah.
because I told you guys, I showed you guys my mistake about the bubbling and shit from the reaction with the clear coat. So my advice would be don't clear coat it, just do several coats of whatever primer and white that you're gonna do. Ooh, I can't compete with that.
And now the
look at
guns
that!
go-
Look at that! You can,
Jesus.
yeah. Me and Jim will definitely have the biggest muscles here.
Yeah, right. The muscle
Look
hangout.
at Andrew.
Oh, I know what's underneath that long sleeve shirt, you fucker. A giant
tight.
penis.
That's where I keep my cock.
well, it doesn't fit down there. You have to wrap around, right? Yeah. So, but Dave, yeah, we could definitely
Where else
talk
you gonna
about
put
your
it?
super hang on for
Well, that's
sure.
why, because I'm thinking I want to use you for as much as I can get.
Whoa.
out of you.
Use-
But I'm like,
I want to hear
guy.
this. Maybe I should go get.
But it's like worth. I'm like, all right, I need a bunch of cap kits. But let's maybe concentrate
Nice
on
cap.
one game, and maybe we'll just make the super hang on because it's fun. And the kids like it, and I like it. But I want it to look like
I'd
yours.
be happy to go around all your Gex like high pitched phone fart sounds. He's got a soundboard on his phone. I'd be happy to go
Look at
around
Gaff
your
laugh.
monitors.
Look at Gaff laugh.
actually,
Look how happy he is.
Actually, Dave, I would not be happy. I
Took
would
me a
just be
minute to find it.
obligated to look at all your monitors and be like, no, we need to fix this.
Well, all right, this is what the really bad monitors in here are: the Gyrus, it's got collapse. Okay, and then the Donkey Kong, and then both the Punch Out. Which the screen looks great. We were playing it today. My son, I did a lot of we played Punch Out today, but they're both having the curl and a little bit of collapse. Not as bad as the other one I had.
Capped. Yeah,
but
those are caps. Yeah,
but yeah. So those would be the Marble Madness is great. Those are the major ones. Yeah,
Dave, you know the trick I've found is you buy another game that's working and then push that one behind it.
Or you do trades. You do trades. So like if you have a guy named
anybody
Dylan,
want a targ?
you have a buddy named Dylan,
yes,
and you trade him a game, or Chris Rhodes. You trade him a game or whatever, a service, and he will rebuild your monitors. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Dave, your mission. I would love to rebuild and fix, dial in all your monitors. Just get me the big blue cabinet that I need for my Street Fighter. No, but I would be happy.
That's all.
I would. Carrie knows this. Carrie knows this damn well. If I show up at your place, I would just go nuts. I'd be like, "Sorry, Dave, we have to fix this."
No, but I learn a lot.
This will just take like 10 minutes. Just hold the mirror.
Yeah.
It'll be like 10 minutes.
Yeah. 3 hours later.
3 hours later. You're like, get like a chair or a stool or something to sit on so you can be comfortable. Maybe you might have to switch off. Yeah.
Speaking of wine,
the helmet, the beer helmet.
Juice.
I'm gonna go do my Christmas shopping. Can I just leave this here? I'll be back.
Yeah, no, you got to be there to hold the mirror, and then hold the mirror just right,
too.
and then twist. Yeah.
So I would get I'd get a case of the guilties. I'd be like, I'm keeping you too long. You have other things to do. Let me just work on this. Yeah.
Oh, Jim, I'm getting you here. Because I'll fly you here for nothing. Because I got my cousin works for Delta.
I'm in.
I'll put you on. And I'm just like,
well, maybe not right this second.
Yeah.
Well, no.
No, it's really cheap right now. Come on, let's.
Fucking
it's like $1.
No, it's my buddy, because I want to read you the basement. My buddy's like an electrician in Long Island, and I'm saying, hey, I'll fly you here. He goes, what are you, fucking nuts? I'm not talking now. I'm talking like in 6 months. What if I just? He goes, dude. Well, I can walk you through it on Facebook or on FaceTime. I'm telling you what. You're not
queue up the Kenny Loggins song every time you go out to visit Dave.
What's the Kenny Loggins song?
Fly into the danger zone.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're not the danger. Well, the danger zone's New York City, unfortunately, because they have the million. They're on top of each other. I mean, here I'm in the burbs. It is what it is. We don't have the international population. We don't have the tourism Niagara Falls does, but not like New York City. They have tourism and they have
New York City,
such an international population, which all these people either came back probably from where they were, and they're affected. They're on the subway, affecting everybody.
Yeah,
the
subway
on top of each other. Yeah, I mean, I go to the grocery store and there's separation. It's huge. This Wegmans, you can sit literally you're not really around anybody, but they're on top of each other everywhere, and you're screwed. It sucks. New York City is going to be the epicenter.
Well, it seems like it's already New Jersey and Connecticut, which are the commuter states too.
Yes, it's everybody. Yeah.
Right so it's just
one more drink. Out. I'll be right back.
All right.
Jim's getting awesome.
Famous last words. One more drink. He's getting shit-faced tonight.
I'm sorry tonight.
One more.
Fucking, I'm working from home.
Yes.
Another thing. Right. My one buddy, when he used to hit on broads in a bar, and he was
Broads.
drunk.
Just
And
call them broads.
Call them broads. But he
And
goes.
suddenly it's 1973.
I know. He would be like, he goes, he's all hammered, and the girls would be like, "Fucking get away from me." He goes, I'm so off, I'm on. Like every girl's turning me off. He goes, I'm not gonna go anywhere. He goes, I'm so off, I'm on. Like every girl's turning him down. He's so fucking hammered. I always love it.
It's like somebody's getting laid tonight, and it's not gonna be
he's
me.
like, dude, everybody
Yeah.
got me. It's gonna change. Gary, I love you. You're just like, you're out of your mind. She's subtly just like, it was like such a subtle shaking your head.
Yeah.
It spoke.
It's like, I'm not judging
don't even
you
have to
at
speak.
all.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it was
That was
like,
that was the girl.
reaction
I was the universal girl right there.
you know, like, but it wasn't me. I was just regurgitating.
Yeah. Oh
what
yeah.
my
No, I
drunk
know.
friend
I was.
said.
Yeah. No. I was that was for your drunk friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go off. I'm on. Like I'm getting
I got to start using that word broad. I think it'll
Broad.
work for me. I
Oh,
use
yeah,
it at work.
I think we need to bring back broad and floozy.
Oh.
Midget. I want midget to come
Wait,
back.
no.
Oh,
That's already on the blacklist.
I'm
Yeah.
joking.
You know, it
I'm
was
joking,
funny.
everybody. I'm joking.
But floozy's not.
Right. And now
You
whenever I
fucking
hear
floozy.
floozy, I
You
think of Cheyenne
floozy.
because they have the flu. There's some floozy that you go after in one of the levels. It's the something other floozies.
I don't know Cheyenne that well.
Floozies.
Floozy. But it matches. It's perfect. It's like
Yeah.
it's all Wild West, kind of like
Oh, totally.
fucking floozies.
So what's Jim making? Like a 7-layer drink? What's going on?
I don't know. He might be
He can't
peeing too.
He's
he
gonna
can't
come
find
back.
the picture to mix
He's
it
all
in.
doing the shake, you know, like
I know,
going
you're
around
right.
the arms, doing this, you know,
Yeah.
spinning
Banging it against the
hair.
wall because the neighbors don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He obviously has no neighbors that can hear because if he's playing pinball at 3 in the
Like,
morning,
upstairs,
and all
Yeah.
this-
it's-
is insane. Pinballs are so fucking loud.
They are. They're loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if
they-
you take the glass off. God, they're loud.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
lady downstairs is definitely older. I mean, she's the one who smokes like the chimney.
Smokes
like
like
a
a
chimney.
chimney. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, I imagined a dude who lived downstairs from him who had a mustache, and that's who was smoking so much. I don't know why. He's never really described his downstairs neighbor except that they smoke a lot.
Right.
So I just had this picture of like some dude who owned like a Porsche 914, like driving around with the tops down, and he had a mustache, not a goatee, like just a mustache,
Well, I
Kinda
always
A little,
picture
little Magnum,
blonde
little Magnum.
hair,
Oh wow.
kind of
I always-
greasy. That's what I pictured who lived downstairs from Jim.
He's listening to this.
Have you heard?
I think
Did you hear
so.
all
So
that?
I always picture him like out on his deck.
Oh
like,
yeah,
with the
I was
Bondo
totally listening to you
sanding and all that
guys.
shit in the air,
When I
like,
walk
flowing
away,
down onto his
when I
neighbor.
walk away, I turn my speakers on so I can hear in the background what you guys are talking about. So I'm laughing in the kitchen, I'm mixing my drink, and then I'm like, something fucking floozies, and I'm like, is it the Pentcoat floozies or something shit? Like I can't remember what it is.
Did you hear what I
And,
said?
Yes. Fucking
How many
What?
layers
Yeah.
is your drink?
yeah. Well, I did take a piss like Carrie was
Okay.
implying.
But
so
I said it a little more.
You gave a piss. You
Called
didn't
it.
take one.
Yes, I excreted. I didn't. What is it? What are the
Excreted.
floozies?
Yeah, in Cheyenne, right? Like because they're the.
I want to say it's like the something Pentcoat or
Petticoat floozies, I think, is what it is.
petticoat.
Oh,
Petticoat
that
floozies.
would make sense.
That sounds like a good porn title.
Yeah.
It's better than Debbie Does Dallas. Yeah.
God, that's in the 70s.
That's just like modern shit you find on like Netflix now. It's like Outlander and The Crown. All
Barbarella.
that shit's like just like no, that's Barbarella is different. That's like Jane Fonda is doing awesome, sexy space shit. But like
Yeah.
no. But I mean like modern day floozies. It's like it's the Netflix the period porn. And I'm not making fun of women.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the
figure this out
period.
if I just
they're
Did you
went.
has anybody
Yeah.
tripped across the Netflix movie called The Love Witch? Have you heard about that?
No.
The Love Witch. So what this person did is he filmed a movie to make it look like an old early 70s exploitation film, kind of like what Tarantino does with his some of his like some of his films, but he used it's actually a woman. They used film, so it looks like real film grain, and all the costumes and the clothes and everything are made to look like it, but it actually is not. It's actually set in present day. It's just a weird aesthetic that they put in. And it's about a witch who tries her spells on men, but they fall so in love with her that they end up dying. So she's got to hide the bodies, and she goes on to the next man. It's actually a really kind of a cool flick. So check it out. It's
what's it called?
Sorry to interject, but it is. I can confirm it's the petticoat floozies.
Okay,
I was just scrubbing through your video right now.
I did the same thing. I had to look at my own video. Jesus.
What's the witch? What's the witch?
Elvira,
movie,
and Lot of
Steve,
Love.
You're talking about?
It's called The Love Witch.
The Love Witch.
I believe it's on Netflix. I know it's on. I'm pretty sure it's Netflix. And even the trailer is made to look like an old.
Cool.
Let me
you were correct.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Let me pop it in our chat and stuff, so you can at least
you get
just
props.
take a peek. Just take a peek at
that
the
was
trailer.
Carrie that said that,
because it's really well done as far as like making it look like an old timey, even
Penis.
the credit.
Oh yeah.
So check out the trailer. Just jump around the trailer a little bit, and you can see how it looks like it.
Totally
but it was just filmed last year.
Yeah.
It looks like it was
cool.
filmed. It looks like it was filmed like 1971.
Yeah.
Or 68 or something. It's actually a pretty cool flick.
Even the actors and their hairstyle,
their makeup, her makeup,
and makeup.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Oh, Gak went purple.
It's a cool. I thought it was a cool little indie flick.
How you
so
feeling
check that
there?
out.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all at home looking for something to watch. After Oakmark, what are we gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm watching Picard right now too. I don't know if you're watching that yet.
I heard that's free now.
What?
I saw online that you can watch Picard for free.
Wow.
Maybe
you get a month for free, and you can like power watch it or something.
I'm on like the fourth or fifth
Power
episode.
Picard.
I binge watched the first few episodes, and I was like, I gotta pump the brakes here because I've got too much. Like, I don't want to burn through this too fast. I was enjoying it way too much.
I'm enjoying it. If you like Star Trek Next Generation at all, it's worth watching.
Okay. All right. I need to get to that.
I don't know.
My dad needs to watch that if he hasn't. I need to talk to my dad. My dad actually wrote an episode and sent it in to start for Next Generation.
Awesome. He's like Rick Berman.
Wow.
But the reason for that.
I love this story.
No, but you guys remember. Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but that was one of the few shows. There's not many, but that was one of the few shows that welcomed scripts to come in. Like they're like, we will read your script.
They would buy them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so my dad, and I've never read it. I need to ask my dad.
The only
to
problem
send me
with
a
that
copy
though
of that.
is continuity problems, because they'll make a script about something that's already in an older script that they've already said no to. Like one script will say, "Oh, we've done it away with money. Money is a thing of the past, and now we just concentrate on bettering ourselves." And then like 8 episodes later, oh yeah, we need to have money to be able to build another starship, and there's all about money in that episode. So there's continuity problems when you get scripts from different people, but you get some cool ideas too. So anyway, I don't know. I like it.
I need to ask my dad if he's watched that.
So
I haven't either.
I don't know if it pays off in the end, but
Keith says it's
about
phenomenal
halfway
ending.
Through, it seems really fucking good.
Keith's already
where's fucking Keith? Get him on this.
I know.
He was supposed to join us on Saturday.
Yeah, he told me why.
No excuse. If he doesn't join us next time,
he couldn't.
He's out.
He had something happened with his daughter, and he couldn't.
Yeah, we were actually doing. We were doing the Twippies or whatever it was before that, and then he said that he would try to make it to the show on Saturday.
He had something pop up, and he couldn't make it.
Well, what about?
Wait, you guys used up all of his time.
Yeah, I know, right?
We did actually real quick. So Gabby is. So this is totally perfect. So CBS, she's saying it's free for 1 month.
Oh,
so
that's what it is.
Has the last episode of Picard dropped yet, though?
I think so. I thought it did.
Well,
I'm not sure.
Because Keith said he finished it.
Okay, so if he's finished it, then it must be. So
I think
if that's the case, then
episodes.
Yeah. So now grab it because they were dropping the episodes slower.
Okay.
So, I'm on episode 8, so I have 8, 9, and 10.
I really need to. I need to talk to my dad. I'm sure he's seen it.
Carrie, did you watch Next Generation? at all?
I did. Oh yeah. No, I
Okay.
enjoyed it.
Actually,
Well,
me and Carrie watched Next Generation at a Grinkers.
They have other
Remember that?
characters from the show, so it's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
that's right.
Like you'll see somebody,
And there's
somewhere. I
throwbacks
won't
from
say who it is, but you'll see
other stuff.
multiple people. I'll say
Oh,
at least
fun.
4 or 5 that I've seen from.
From
I think,
the
I think
Well,
5.
there's been
Next
spoilers on
Generation.
Facebook.
Not just from
Next
Next Gen too, because they're the interesting characters who are not Next Gen.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Like
You're right.
Voyager.
From
Yep.
Voyager too. I
Yep.
didn't. Yeah, you're right.
There's some
Yeah,
Voyager
so
stuff in
there's
there.
some Voyager
Face,
shit.
Facebook's been spoiling some things. I saw.
Don't look
right?
at that shit.
Oh, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
So,
But you know what's cool
so I'm,
about it?
I'm,
Did you ever
I've nothing
watch?
spoiled.
Did you ever
so to
watch the
speak.
very last episode of Next Generation where he's like,
Yeah.
where Q visits him and makes him go through time? And so
It
in
takes
the
them back
last,
to the first episode.
yeah. So
The Q
it-
episodes are my
yes.
favorite.
So when Q visits him, he takes
Q
him to
and
the
lore.
future. He takes Picard to the future, like visits him in the future, and Picard like has like a grape farm making wine, and you know it's kind of like he's retired.
It's actually a
and,
bookend.
and what's cool is that this show is like that. It's like that's where he starts. Is like he's retired and he's on his grape farm. I'm like, that's totally taken from the last episode, you know, right?
Well, and they
Andrew?
touch on that in the movies
He
too.
lives in Sonoma.
Yeah.
Do they touch on the movie?
They do touch it in the movies. It's in France, but yeah.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
I
Yeah,
just
he's in
like-
France. He is in
just
France.
making-
Yeah.
It's a joke.
So
Sorry.
no, it's been very pretty good, very character driven and not so special effecty. I mean, there are
No,
special
yeah.
effects, but very Next Generation driven. It doesn't feel like that lame Star Trek show that they put out.
Aren't they?
Ugh.
Are they all directed?
Which
by
one?
The newest one they put
William
out.
Frakes?
Same...
Discovery.
William Franks. What about him?
I didn't. Will Franks did or Frax, whatever. his name
William
is.
Franks or whatever. Yeah.
Penis.
Number one.
Number one.
Yeah, didn't he?
I
direct
order you
all
to
of
take a
these?
number 2.
Did he what on all these?
He's directed some of these, hasn't he?
He might have directed some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I've seen his name. I know he directed some of the movies too.
Yeah. Yep.
The Next Gen movies.
Yeah.
But
And
like
he might be in the show too.
it's on point though. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
it's so far at least.
Well, Data is in it because he's in the first
Yeah.
episode. They're showing the
He's-
trailer.
He's literally in the first scene of the first episode,
Yeah.
so there's no
Yeah, yeah,
spoilers there.
So just to give you a little synopsis about the show is Data's dead because that's the way the movies
happens
they
in the
show
movie.
him
Yep.
blow
And they
up.
explained before,
dead.
I think, too.
They
Yeah.
do, yeah.
So this is about Data, and I just say that it's about Data, and there's a
Which
mission
I was
that has to do
actually-
with Data.
And Data, and actually some
Interesting.
episodes from Next Gen.
Oh yeah, and
I'm,
then you'll see some
I'm
more too.
almost
Andrew. In
sad
the
about
future,
their
you'll see other things,
explanation for
too.
B4.
I'm super
too.
excited. That's like I said, I had to slow down because it's like I
You don't want to
binged-
ruin it.
I binge watched too much too fast. It's like I gotta slow it down because I want to enjoy it.
Finish. Well, then you skip that and then go to Ozark. So after Ozark, you're gonna hit it.
Yep.
I know
I
about
was
the
waiting for
B4
Keith to-
stuff.
I was
and
waiting for
that
Keith
made
to
me
drop the
sad.
rest.
On Star Trek. Or
Yeah,
Ozark?
I heard about the plot line for B4 from
What's
uh,
B4?
That's what Data's pre
his prototype before him.
That
Oh.
comes in the last movie
from
in-
Nemesis.
In Nemesis, yeah.
Yeah, they
Where
open up
Data
this drawer and there's
dies
like
and-
data in
Like-
it,
like-
but it's
like-
not
like-
Data though. It's like some other
Yeah.
prototype thing.
Well,
but that's not them.
from my understanding, and I know that, and I couldn't avoid seeing these spoilers. I haven't watched the episodes, but I read about these spoilers, and from my understanding,
Wait, are you gonna
Oh,
give
shit.
spoilers? Because it'll take my headset off.
take them off.
Yeah, same
Take it
here.
off.
It's in the
it
trailers
off.
though, right? I don't
But
think.
I know I would take
Okay.
it off.
All right, what?
Take them off.
Carrie took her headset off. What?
Yeah, and so does Bart. Good. So, from what I've heard, is that they explain that the whole B4 thing were
Yeah,
like
not bad.
the one thing.
What's B4?
But
What
Andrew's
is
seen
that?
it. B4 was from Nemesis. He was the prototype. He was the prototype of Data that they discovered on that.
I can
that
still hear
planet.
it.
Okay, now
Yeah.
you can. Okay, I'll just say this.
B4 is 100%.
B4 really has nothing to do with the series. I'll
Okay.
just say that.
Right.
Good.
But what I'm
Well, because
saying,
they talk about him in the beginning. and
But
say
They
that
do,
he
but
doesn't
that's
look
not.
out.
It has nothing to do
but-
with the
okay.
Put 'em away.
series.
But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that in the movie, in Nemesis, Data dies. He,
Yep.
he sacrifices
100%.
himself.
And you thought that would
Everyone's
be
all sad
Data.
till the end, and then they're like, "But wait, remember before that's also in that episode, and Data had transferred his consciousness into
His
him.
That's what
entire
they
We
were
didn't know-
doing.
We didn't know if it took or
They
what.
did that just in case they were going to make another movie that could bring Data back. That's
Yeah.
the only reason why they put that little.
Yeah, and what and for
tidbit
whatever
out
it
there,
is,
but they
whatever it
didn't.
is, at the very end of the movie, there's a little like there's a little bit of hint
Yeah, he
where it's like
whistles.
he whistles
Yeah.
and Picard's like, oh, he's starting
Maybe
to
he's
take
there.
all maybe he's there.
Yeah.
Maybe Data is back in this in B4. And
So
we're
they
we're
kind of
all
shut
like,
that down.
we're
They
left with
shut
a
it
hint
down
of
in the
horror.
first
Yes.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say is that from what I've heard, they shut that down. Well, it didn't work. It didn't work
It's
out.
just
It
not
all
advanced
lost.
enough. Yeah, he can't handle it. So they
So Data's
disassembled him.
dead.
Yeah.
So
Essentially.
a scientist and Picard, they open up a drawer and there's
But
pieces of data in it. That's that B, whatever you call it. And she makes a comment.
B4.
Oh, it's a
Union
very
Sung's
early
joke.
prototype that could never be like Data. And we tried making him like Data. We tried making him
His
work like
positronic
Data,
matrix.
and it just wasn't compatible or whatever. They just said it wouldn't work.
He's just
And
not
then-
smart enough. He doesn't have
and yeah,
processing power. He doesn't
processing
have-
can't handle
yeah.
it, and they just close the drawer, and that's the end of it. Then they
It's
move
yeah.
on.
They touch on it
To
and
me
they
is-
say no data, and they just shut it down.
Which I don't like. I understand that the whole like the girl is maybe an offspring of Data, but
Okay, so now
we've
you're
done
getting
we
spoilers.
they did that already in fucking Next Generation. It was what's her name? Lore, not Lore. There was a name for his
Jesus
daughter.
Christ. She's a fucked up name too. I can't believe I'm dropping the ball. on this.
La Cutis.
No, dude, it's a Borg.
I
Jesus
know.
Christ.
I'm joking.
It was like
lol.
It's like that's lol,
It's lol.
or something.
It's lol.
It's LL. It's laughing out loud.
It's basically lol.
She has a real flat face.
She does, yeah. I mean, there's the meme, the whole thing where like the throwing the ball, and she goes like after the ball goes past her. Yeah,
I like penis.
yeah. I mean,
It's a cool show, though.
It's
I'm digging
touching
it.
on that concept.
I really love that they're on that Borg ship too. How cool is that? I thought that
Super
all of that
cool.
was
All right,
freaking
I'm
rad.
gonna tell I'm
So
gonna tell
now we
these
gotta
people
stop,
that we're
'cause, like,
safe.
that's going
Yeah,
to-
Well,
we're
no,
done.
that's in the first episode.
I
I'm
know,
really
but it's
ruining
still-
anything.
No, I'm done. I'm done. We're
I'll just
safe
say
now.
there's Borg ship in it. It's rad.
You'll recognize it almost right away. Like
Yeah.
I know it's a lot about
as soon as you see
Romulans.
it, you're like,
yeah.
hey, come on.
I need to watch
But
it. I need
either
to watch
way,
it.
we're
My
almost
dad
done. We're
needs-
done, Seabart.
I think my dad. We're no more spoilers. We're done.
It's free to
We're done.
watch. So if you don't,
Yeah.
if you like Star Trek Next Generation at all, watch it. That's all I'm saying.
It's on. It's
It
on.
might, the ending might suck. We don't know, but like,
Well, Keith loved it, and he's a big
I
Trek
know.
person
Well,
like me. So
you can see all the
Well, on
episodes on
that
Star
anyway.
Trek Hub.com.
so Mark,
Pornhub.
Mark, if you-
Star
Yeah.
Trek.
I got it.
so Steve, if you were gonna rank,
Mock, what?
if you were gonna rank each,
My name is
series,
Mark.
Yeah,
Very
of,
quickly, just ramble them off. Top your favorites to least favorite.
of Star Trek series.
Yeah, just real quick.
Well, I really like Next Generation. Oh, it includes the Kirk Star Trek.
All of them, right?
Well,
So
Next Generation, I
next
thought
gen,
was-
this
was-
original series.
I grew up watching original as a kid, of course, but
So-
I really fell in love with the characters in Next Generation a lot.
So you'd say next gen one.
Probably, maybe the Kirk one second. I know they're both so different, but
I'd be
All right.
Tough.
Fuck one, marry one, kill one.
yeah.
Spock.
Okay,
Picard,
I did not.
and
I
Kirk.
know a lot of people
Pick
love
now.
people love that space station one, Deep Space Nine.
DS9.
I never got into that series. Maybe I got to revisit it.
interesting.
I never got into it, but maybe I should
Super
revisit
interesting.
it. I only watched maybe 3 or 4 of the early first episodes.
All right, Andrew, you go.
So I heard it got better in the
I
next
will.
season and stuff.
I'll go after Mock.
Okay, so Keith loves that series. I've watched, like I said, the first maybe 3 or 4. I couldn't get into it.
Yep.
Enterprise, I didn't like it all either. I couldn't get into that either. I watched a couple of them. I was like, bleh. Voyager, I loved. I watched almost all of them. I think I did almost watch all of them, and I liked that one a lot. That was
Very tasty.
so maybe
and
that's
delicious.
3, I guess.
Okay.
And as far as the movies, I love the Borg one the best out of all of them.
First Contact is
That-
really good.
Yeah, I hated the one where Kirk and
Yeah, Generations.
Carter together. That was lame.
Yeah.
Did you ever see
It was
the
hokey, but I have a
did you ever see the cutting room floor footage of Kirk dying the other way, where he just gets shot in the back?
Really?
doesn't die on the bridge. Originally, he got shot in the back, and test audience were like, "Well, that's cheesy.
That's
Have him be a
lame, yeah.
hero and do something heroic."
That could have happened anytime. Yeah.
It's so bad. It's on YouTube. If you look for it, it's out there.
I need to find that.
Yeah. He just
All right,
shot in the back.
so let me run down my Star Treks because
Okay.
I might blow your mind a little bit.
All right.
Ooh.
All right. So next gen number one.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up just like you watching the original series on reruns, and I fucking loved that. I mean, we were hungry for space as kids, and it was like on TV all the time. All right, so
it was.
I wanted to preface that. All right, so but next gen, I fucking loved. Number one, easy. Number two, Deep Space Nine, without a question. DS9 is so fucking good. There's so many great, and
the character development in that show was pristine.
Yeah, first season of every Star Trek series blows. You gotta
until they get develop the characters, right? Just like Next Gen isn't very good. The first
the first season of Next Gen,
it does. It sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
Bad.
It's even though
like
Q was in the first episode,
just keep going back.
But it's monster of the week. It's every week is monster of the week, and it's like, oh, what monster's gonna like threaten the crew, and they gotta fight the crew, fight the monster, and then they win.
I feel like Deep Space Nine is very internal.
That's what I didn't like about it. They weren't on an adventure.
But I like that.
I know, but like it gets to there though. You've got to give it to time. DS9.
I felt like they were stuck, sitting in the same
DS9 number
base.
2.
I was so bored.
DS9 number 2, no question.
All right.
The original series barely.
I am actually on board with you, Andrew, quite a bit.
So your Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, then the original series.
Next Gen, DS9, original series,
Voyager?
With Kirk.
Yes.
And then Voyager. Oh,
Then
wow.
Voyager.
Okay.
Oh my God, me and Andrew are made to have babies.
We're gonna make the best Star Trek babies.
Make some data babies.
Because that's exactly where I was going. Next Gen, Deep Space, Voyager.
Yeah.
Now, Dave from Buffalo's Monkey is like his data.
Now, this Discovery and Enterprise.
But I haven't seen any of those.
Sucked.
I'm really struggling to try and get into those. I'm going to.
Yeah.
I have to make myself watch those just to watch.
No, you don't.
So I know the lore.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Watch the Nightmare on Elm
But
Street movies.
it didn't even
They're great.
last. They canceled it like mid-season or something, didn't they?
Pretty much, yeah. So they've done 2 seasons.
And I like the actor, the main guy that was. I like him from what was that show?
Oh, wow, you're really reaching for straws.
Are you talking about
aren't
Quantum
you?
Leap?
Quantum Leap. Yeah, I mean he was cool on that.
Yeah.
I mean
You're talking
he's
about
a cool
Enterprise.
actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Enterprise. Yes.
Yeah, because I think it's time to start playing some
Scott
games.
Bakula.
Yeah.
Scott Bakula.
I think they really blew it.
I like
when
him
they
in
did
Quantum
that
Leap
Deep
and
Space
in
Nine
that.
Christmas special. I just really lost them on that one.
Where they brought Pee Wee on.
All
and
the Ewoks and all that
you
stuff.
know,
Tedrum came on the monitors.
So yeah, I just want to say I'm right there with Keith. DS9 is fucking amazing. Like
Yeah,
the
he
kid
likes
is.
series.
the kid episodes, blah,
I always hate
not
kid
so much.
episodes anyway.
But
Agreed.
DS9
Yeah.
has 2 of the best Star Trek episodes I've ever seen of any series.
Well, what Deep Space Nine did that a lot of the other series did not do was the character development.
Yep.
That was Deep Space Nine was just character development. It was just characters because it was a station. Not a lot of external things were happening. It was all internal. It was all look at these characters. They're going to develop. Things are happening. Yes, things are being brought in from episode to episode.
So
but
it was
all
like
about the
Star
characters.
Trek Real World. Is that what you're saying?
So eight ball Paul,
Nice.
8-Ball
But no
Paul in chat says,
Kardashians.
Yes.
the Trouble with Tribbles Deep Space Nine episode was amazing. I did watch that one.
That's my third
That's
favorite.
That's a good
my
episode.
third favorite
Yeah.
DS9.
Because they brought in Kirk on that one, didn't they? Didn't they?
Really?
They took them back and they composited them into
It was weird, right?
an old did the Trouble with Tribbles episode.
Yeah, it was really neat how they did
Yeah, it was
that.
and they did it
phenomenal.
really well.
So you saw that, Carrie?
Yeah, I loved all those. I haven't watched them over and over,
No, me
but
neither.
I watched all of the series and loved them. I have not seen any of the movies.
Oh, really?
So when y'all were talking about stuff, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I don't know any of this. 'Cause I
Okay.
haven't seen any movies.
Just
Not
watch
one.
First
Wait.
Contact.
Not a single one.
I
Not a
have
single-
to interrupt all of
First
you guys.
Contact. Just go watch that. It's the best one.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I
of the
saw
movies,
the Star.
yes.
Yeah, I saw the Star Trek, like the original, like with
The
I'm talking
Shatner and all that.
2001, the whole V'ger thing, and like
But-
when they were doing that art film.
Can I interrupt everyone
What?
and just
Wait,
say
Jim,
that
Jim, are you saying you want to interrupt?
yes, because
Have you ever asked for permission?
this
You
is
never
this
do
very
I know.
wait.
This is a momentous occasion here.
He asked to interrupt.
Oh my God.
I have to announce this one because this is very important.
All right.
Gabriella is calling me out in the chat and saying that I'm a little buzzed because I'm slurring.
A little bit. A little bit.
Hey, if anybody
It's
was
funny
an
that she
expert on
points that out, though.
I would say Gabby.
Hey, I just
I'm
wanted
pretty
to
sure she
announce
would
that.
notice.
Yes.
Right, Gabby?
According to Gabby, I am buzzed because I'm slurring my words, and she's never done that.
No, she didn't say she'd never done that. She's just pointing out that you're
calling
saying
you out on it.
words.
Which is
Can we talk about my
Bring in the
favorite
logic,
Star Trek
bro.
Next Generation episode?
Please.
It's called The Game. And that's the
Oh,
one
yeah.
where they put the goggles on, the glasses on,
Yep.
and they play that
Get the little
game, and they
zapping
have
in the
little
eye.
orgasms while they're playing it.
Wesley, just let it
That's
happen.
It was
Wesley's
with
thing.
with a
So some kind of
20-year-old.
porn version
It's
or
one of the
what?
ones where they bring Wesley back.
Wesley's back just visiting.
Yep.
And
No, it's okay, Gabby.
gets
I
a
don't take it
girlfriend.
personal.
And,
I've heard the stories about
Ashley
you.
Judd, a 20-year-old Ashley Judd, who
Yep.
is gorgeous on the show. She's so cute. And she's like the love interest with Wesley. And they start noticing everybody being addicted to the game. And they put these little like goggle things on, and then they show this like cheesy CGI of like putting discs
Terrible.
into these tubes. Real
Yeah.
bad CGI, but it's giving them little like
But
endorphins, like
it actually
orgasms.
works because it's like almost like they're playing like old arcade games.
Oh, yeah, it's like an
the
old arcade
graphics are so
game.
crappy,
And
but
everybody's
it doesn't
hooked
matter
on it.
because they're
Yeah.
like,
Everybody,
so
yeah,
good.
yeah. Everyone's like, "Oh, I'm up to level 37."
Yeah. And they're having,
And they're
they're
like, "You
literally
play it,
having
you play it."
endorphin
And I don't want to play it.
orgasms.
Yeah. yeah, endorphin orgasms. And then, and I love the part where Wesley goes in to talk to Picard. He's like, "I'm really worried. I've seen more and more people playing this game.
Yeah.
They're addicted. They won't stop it." And so,
Yeah.
okay, I'll take that
Stop
into account.
it, stop
Wesley
it.
leaves, and then
Picard
Picard goes
just,
like this.
spins
He puts his goggles on and
he
goes,
spins his chair around and just like,
yeah.
give me the gasm.
Yeah.
And in fact, there's a part where Wesley and Ashley Judd have
Stop
to
it,
pretend
Prince,
they're
for
doing
God's
it, and they're like,
Stop it. There we go.
There it is.
They're trying,
it's
they're
a
having
great. And who saves the day again? Data.
Yeah.
the one guy who's impervious. Well, I mean, that's the whole thing with Star Trek. Is like Data is a plot device, just
Well,
like
it was
Spock is a
Spock.
Spock.
Spock saved the day.
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
time, too.
Spock is the plot
Yeah.
device, which is
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my god, the Vulcans should do this like crazy weird mind meld thing that just solves
yeah.
all the problems.
Solves the
Right,
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Data
If
was
it
the
wasn't
same
for
thing. where it's
Data,
like-
they'd be stuck
yeah.
in time loops. They'd be stuck playing
Yeah.
the game. They'd be playing all sorts of shit
Hey,
would bad would happen.
Andrew, I
without
can
Data.
feel your pain. Share it with
Troy
me.
would still be
Yes,
like
exactly.
Troy would be a lizard water monster.
That's a movie.
that is a
and,
movie.
and who was the
That's the
Klingon
God
dude? What
movie.
was his name? Worf or whatever.
Yeah.
He'd be
Yeah,
still
Worf.
like a
They
big
got a little
monster on the
biblical.
ship.
No wonder
Okay.
that movie flopped.
I actually like that movie.
Which movie?
It's
Really? Star Trek
The
5?
Final Frontier.
Yeah, Star Trek.
That's the one where they go meet God.
That's lame.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Let me feel your
Terrible.
pain.
They cut the
No, I
budget
know,
on it too.
but
Share it with me, Dave. Share
it-
it.
To
with
share
me.
your pain.
But
This
that's-
is my vanity. This is me.
But
What, Andrew?
that's a movie where they throw out a lot of the typical Star Trek conventions. Like that's a movie where it's
And
not
budget.
just like
Wasn't it Shatner's director?
But who
But
likes
it wasn't just
whales?
like a-
Let's watch Star Trek 4.
but it wasn't just like a long episode.
Do you like whales?
But
do?
the
Star
problem
Trek
with that
4 was
movie
Leonard
is
Nimoy.
that
The
Star
whales
Trek
one was
5
a big
shit.
shit.
it had a really let down ending, I thought.
Turn that
So,
fucking music off.
Like they finally get there and it's just some
Didn't he
alien.
say, like,
and
double
just
It is,
shoots
but like
them
what
and they
else
don't
could it be? Were
die
they
and-
actually gonna go meet God?
He's been
Okay,
too
let
much,
me
too
let me
much
give a
LDS.
backstory. Is that in the original script that it was actually a god, and they get to the planet, and the planet surrounds itself with like this red glow, and demons start flying out of the planet and circling the planet and stuff. So that was the first script that they actually found not God, they found the devil instead.
Ooh,
Okay.
8 Ball Paul brings that really good point, which is Uhura showing off lots of legs.
Ew,
He was fully naked
gross.
with
That was
those-
a disturbing.
He was naked
uncomfortable
behind those
scene.
feathers.
Okay, wait. Let me come back to this. So they presented that script to Roddenberry because he was still alive and still doing script approvals, and he goes, "No, I don't want my Star Trek to be anything about God or religion. It's all about science. So drop the devil shit, drop all that." So they had to dump the script, that ending, and create something brand new. So that's what they came up with this, alien on the planet.
But that becomes...
wait, you remember those rock structures that pop up?
Yep.
So each one of those structures was supposed to turn into a rock monster and attack them.
Rock
monster. There's actually footage on YouTube, and it's on the extras on the DVD that they show the rock monster costume, and it looks like the Thing from Fantastic Four. It looks awful.
No.
Well, good they dropped it then.
And then they filmed it, and they're like, "This is horrible. We can't film this." So instead, they ran out of money. The money was all gone for the movie, so they just threw together like a man's face and shooting lasers out of his eyes.
Yeah.
That's all they had money for. So they
some
ran
of that-
out of money at the end of the movie. It's just
It felt, I'll fully admit that part felt a little bit weak, like how they wrapped it up. But like the concept of it just ultimately being like an alien that was driving them towards this. It's with Star Trek.
He was
That's
in
a
prison
total
on a
Star
planet.
Trek thing.
Kind of. I guess I see your point. I mean, you could say that about the first movie too.
Well, the first movie,
as slow as it is.
Oh, no.
As slow as it is, but that's more of a Star Trek film than any of them.
Slowest
Really.
movie of all
It's just
time.
too
Right,
drawn
so-
out.
It's but because the reason why they made that first film the way they did was because of 2001. So
Yeah,
they
and
were
they made it really
trying to go
artsy.
for a 2001 artsy kind of film, and it works in its own way. But it's like almost like, don't watch the first Star Trek film unless you're a Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching it. I think it's cool.
think the
I like the
effects are
Voyager
actually in it
ideas.
are really well done. In
They're
Star Trek
huge.
1.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like when they're going through the wormhole and everyone's like stretching their.
Although
their-
that part was fucking.
Oh, you didn't like that? They're like they gotta shoot
Well,
the torpedoes.
Because and the whole reason why it happened was because like they turned on warp in the wrong part of the solar system.
Well, no, it was their systems weren't working correctly, so their warp wasn't working right, so it created a wormhole.
Yeah, the whole wormhole.
I don't know, are we geeking out or what?
But
Dave's like, oh god, I gotta get out of here.
It just felt like weird and artsy and contrived. I think it's my
Act 2,
problem.
he's like, I gotta get out of here.
I feel like
I like the movie, though.
Simpsons Trios of Horror right now.
I like them all, but there's ones I like better than others. And I tell Carrie, just watch First Contact if you haven't seen any of the movies, because that's like one of my. If you like Next Generation,
Hey, Carrie, we
And I would
watch
say,
that
like, if you
movie
have any
together.
love
I have
for
the
the original series,
Blu-ray. We can watch it next month when maybe
Well, Andrew,
we can
I'm
travel.
listening.
Yeah,
I'm listening, Andrew. What are you saying?
If you have any love for the original series, you have to
No love.
You have to watch Wrath of Khan.
Oh yeah,
No.
oh, that's a good one
Oh
too.
well,
but-
yeah. I saw the Star Trek. I've seen the Star Trek movies. I have not seen the next gen movie.
Oh, no, the next gen.
The
movies,
next gen.
okay.
And
All,
that's
yeah,
what I
all
was
the,
telling
like
you to
I haven't. So no, I saw all. I think I've seen all of the those Star Trek, but not
Okay,
the
so
next.
here's what's great about First Contact is not only that it's great character driven. If you liked all the characters in next gen, it's very centered on the characters. And Borg, it's all about. And Borg was one of the best things about Next Gen. They were fun.
It is.
So they brought him back in a worse way too.
But
I mean,
it
they're really
also
mean
throws,
in it.
and it throws you back and shows you some great history, which then they use in later series as well. A lot.
Yeah.
So the whole First Contact concept of what's his name? Fucking
Locutus?
Steve.
No. The
Worf?
Jesus Christ, the guy who creates warp travel.
He's like legendary. What's that?
Yeah, he's like actually in
Samsonite.
I can't remember the actor's name or
He was
what his
in
character's name.
that pig movie.
Jesus Christ, they
Porkies?
No. What was that movie?
Zephyr Cochrane.
Zephyr Cochrane.
Zephyr
Who created
Cochrane.
Warp Drive.
So he created Warp Drive, and they actually show how Earth is before
I don't know
Star
how
Trek
you
takes
survive.
over. And there's this whole idea of like the Earth being in this sort of civil war kind of thing, and where
I
Earth's
said
at.
good
and
day.
they hinted at it in the Star Trek sort of thing, but they never showed it. So in that movie, they do show like how Earth then achieves warp travel, which is pretty awesome.
And everybody has studied it in Starfleet about how this man created start how to
Zephyr
create
Cochrane.
warp drive. So like when they all go back in time to visit him,
Well,
they're like they're looking up to him. I know. I
slow
should
down,
say.
slow down, slow down for the spoilers. But like the main thing is that it tells some great history. It's a
Yeah.
historical movie.
It's a good
not
Star Trek
just
movie.
Yeah. It's
First Contact. It's
That's a good fun movie.
All right. And and I'm likely to you just end up, well, especially now, watching them all at some point. I figure work will eventually have to be quiet. I actually do have a quick arcade projecty thing. I just wanted to show. And then
let's change gears from Star Trek.
Yeah, although it's like it's late. But so I've been working on. So this is kind of like
an hour ago.
Yeah,
I know, right? So I redid my rip-off control panel.
Where's the green buttons?
You're funny. All brand new buttons. This is what. Remember when I was complaining that I ordered the wrong button size 12,000 times and all that? So so this is like $30 worth of buttons, or like. So it's gorgeous, and cleaned it all up. And so I'm waiting and getting the multi. We talked about it last week.
It's actually $10 in buttons, and the rest is in shipping.
Although they're 10 buttons, and they're like $3 each. And then I ordered the wrong ones from I should say that they didn't they didn't describe them correctly in the other site because they didn't offer the longer ones. But I get them, and I'm like, I clean this up, and I'm putting them on, and so this thing has like little legs. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I gotta really get this in here good, and I snapped the control panel.
Oh no!
What?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, the wood. It's like particle board.
It's particle board. So I had it like this, and I was pushing.
It went like this.
Yes.
Exactly, just like that.
Bam!
I was pushing down too hard, and all of a sudden it just went whoop. And because I had the overlay on it. This is thank God it's plastic overlay. So I ended up I had talked to Jim, who's done the wood repair work, and so I got the Gorilla Glue, and I got clamps and books to hold it all down, and it's nice. But so as you can probably tell, so this part came out great.
That looks flawless, actually.
Right? This part, this part is totally fucking flawless.
That part's perfect. Yeah.
This part, not so much.
Yeah, but it looks fucking amazing considering what you did to it.
So I mean, how's the edge look?
No one would, Carrie, no one would know if they didn't look underneath it.
Yeah. No, but the trick was when I glued it. Yeah, exactly. That bottom part is awesome.
Look at all those fucking white buttons.
that just became the name of this episode.
Look at all those fucking
white buttons.
So the trick was though that because this part didn't glue together so well, when I went to put it in, so I glued it. I'm like, yay! And I go to slip it into the machine.
It's too
and it would, and this part, the top part would fit in, but the bottom part was just a little bit. So a big shout out to Gino Mule.
I love Gino. Gino should be on this show every week.
Because I was talking to him, because I don't have woodworking material. I mean, I don't have any kind of like saws, or I have a hand saw.
Every one of you guys have met Gino at Grinkers. He's
awesome. So I was talking to him, and I told him I was going to put it up on Nextdoor and see if I could just hire somebody to do it, because I figured that wouldn't be real. It's like a good quarantine project. And he's like, "Oh, it sounds like it just needs to be, put on a belt sander, and I can do that." I'm like, seriously, are you okay? So we through safe exchange, with appropriate social distancing, I dropped the control panel off with him on Saturday, and he dropped it back to me on Sunday, and sure enough, fits in there just perfectly, and it gets bolted. So there's bolt holes on the side, so I don't have to. It's not like it. I told him even with it has a little extra room, it's not a problem. It's not going to wiggle because it gets bolted on. So it's perfect. So a giant shout out to Gino, who was just fantastic.
I love Gino. He's the best.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He really should be on here every week.
Let's be honest. He helps save you work when you come out to visit Carrie.
Yes. Going on here? Well, actually, not for in many times, yes, but not this one, because I just don't have the equipment. I don't have a belt sander. I have nothing to do where I could have even done this. I don't have nothing.
But Gak, to your credit, what you just said though, the amount of times we've done full side art,
Yeah.
having a third set of hands,
Mhm.
oh my God, makes it so much easier.
Yeah, he's come out
When
and
we
helped
did
with
her,
that.
when we did Carrie's Cloak and Dagger, it was me, Carrie, and Gino, and it went on so easily
Mhm.
because we had 6 fucking hands.
Yep.
It was amazing. It was so easy.
That's one more than 5.
That is at
Which is
least
half
one
of
more.
10.
Wait. That's,
Hey, didn't I see Andrew? You posted a picture of a machine in your van or something. No,
Probably.
oh, I think it might be time for another
no.
reveal.
Another
Is that,
drink?
Is that a story for next week?
It's gonna be it's gonna be time for
No,
I don't
not
know.
next
I mean, it's
week.
the end of
How
the
about
night.
this weekend?
And
Let's save
like,
it for next week.
To be
Or
perfectly
next-
honest,
No.
it's literally still sitting in my van right now.
Okay.
Steve,
All right.
Steve,
Well, Andrew,
you
if you're down
misspoke.
for a Saturday night, we could do that. As a teaser for
Maybe I can get it set up by
Yeah.
Saturday.
All right. If we do a Saturday,
Saturday.
show,
What do you guys think? Should we do a Saturday?
maybe.
I'm
We're
down.
talking to you.
I'm in.
I'd do a
I'm
Saturday.
down.
But I totally did do a breaking quarantine pickup.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hey, I might have some mods installed in my pin. Maybe
Nice.
I can set.
So we got some
the camera
teasers
by
for
then.
Saturday then.
Just saying.
You
There
may
might be a
Tickle
show
her
on
ass with
Saturday.
a fanny. With a no, tickle her fanny with
Well,
a feather.
Hey, Friday, Saturday, any day you guys want to do.
Saturday sounds good.
I gotta go to bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right, sounds
It's time to
good.
wrap this up.
So
That's right. Oh, that's better than my
It's
soundboard.
late.
yeah, we do this every week, guys. Let's go ahead and shut this down. We're at midnight.
Yeah, we talk about Star
time,
Trek
so-
and sometimes arcade games.
arcade games. we got some console
And projects
talk
that Gino
tonight.
does.
Yeah.
How awesome Gino
And Carrie likes to
is.
break control panels. She's a
Flooz-
maniac.
We got floozies. Was our new word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look all the fucking white
Broads.
buttons.
It was broads.
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 Floozies
Well,
and broads.
broads and floozies.
Broads.
Yeah.
We got broads are the good ones.
Oh,
and
Dame.
floozies,
Was
which are
was
the
Dame in
ones-
there? Dame should be in there. It's a great word. We
Dame
could-
is a good one. Yeah.
Dame is a good one.
We
Right.
had
Skirts.
Dave from Buffalo's wife.
Yes.
And
Yes,
and
we
will
did.
get Adam from one.
We like
Circuit
her.
Wants to come back on. He will be here.
You did well.
Someday. I saw
Someday.
your reach out on that. That's cool.
Hey, you know he's eager to get back on here. I can't
Really?
even fucking say that word. I'm so fucking trash.
You
right
seem
now.
pretty hammered tonight.
So
I
thank
had,
you.
I had
Gabby
a bottle
called
and a
it
half
like
of
a half
wine.
hour ago.
I had-
Where's your
I had-
Devo hat?
Yeah, you need to be wearing the Devo
Leave
hat
that to
right
you,
now.
Mock.
Jim, every day you're never too hungover.
Wait. If any of
Mine's
you
right
guys
there.
have seen Animal House, I call that to you, Greg. Is this not an indictment of the American Institute of?
Whatever,
I
Gabby.
haven't seen it in a
That's offensive.
So
Because I have never been as drunk.
That's drunk.
That's drunk.
thank you to
That's
our
true.
people in the chat. We've got 8 Ball Paul who's been chiming in with great fucking shit all night. Thank you, Paul. Necros, obviously you're huge.
Why do we
You're
have
always
32
here.
people still in the IRC? Why?
Necros, AKA
Brian
amputee
Frober.
porn.
Oh yeah, amputee.
Gruber.
Yeah, pee porn. He likes the pee porn. He says it's not squirting. Oh fucking lethargy. We got Mike is in the chat
Oh
right now.
wow.
Oh,
We were talking about you earlier,
fucking
dude.
Mike, get on Fightcade or 30th.
Yeah, what he said. Jake V, who actually has been joining us for some of our PC gaming night, and Carrie. Hopefully, we're gonna get you involved in that this week because you got a controller maybe on the way.
I got a laptop coming, but I got to.
As long as it's not Kleenex, you'll get it on time.
At least maybe by next week.
Yeah.
Maybe next week. I
toilet
doubt
paper.
this
Okay.
week.
Well, so when Carrie joins, we're definitely doing Killer Queen that night. So
Yeah.
maybe not this week, but she'll let us know if she can get that together for that. But we gotta get Carrie on
Mike.
some Killer Queen, and we gotta get her to buy the game too. Do you have
Mike,
any?
did I
good point.
talk to you about Wes Juleson?
Jim should
about
play
how he
too. He's
died?
got a computer. Why didn't he get a controller? and play?
Jim, why the fuck don't you join us for PC
Yeah.
gaming night?
Yeah, play Killer.
What are you doing?
I want there to be a
Usually
night
I'm
where
working
Jim
out.
is one of the queens and then Keith is the other queen, and that'll be like a kick-ass
but
game
I
night.
have this is serious. I don't know if Mike
Wait.
knows
Didn't you
this.
say talk
Are
about
you
it in the
serious?
chat in the IRC last week? Was that with him?
Was it? Did I talk about Wes?
Yeah. Yeah, you joked about how you had brought the IRC down, but I don't remember if it was with
Maybe I did. Okay, I won't do that again this week. Anyways,
Catfish, Necros, Dave Lope, our buddy
Yep.
Dave Lope is in the chat.
don't laugh. This
Jake?
is serious. A buddy of mine who's like
No, I'm
5 or
laughing
6
at you
years-
being like slurring your words. I'm not laughing at what you said.
Well, yeah, I'm fucking. I know I'm drunk.
I know
but-
that's why I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at your content. I'm laughing at your delivery.
But a buddy of mine died, and he's only like 5 years older
Oh,
than
I'm
me.
sorry,
And
I'm
he's one of the
sorry.
best Street Fighter players I've ever
Okay,
known.
I'm sorry, Jim. I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
mean
no,
to
it's
go
okay.
there.
It's okay. I want to bring it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
I'm
fucking
having fun.
trash.
Yeah,
Trash,
that's
guys.
why I'm laughing at.
So Jake,
Andrew's like,
Jake.
No,
well, I'm
no.
trying to keep it on topics. We can just wrap this shit up.
Right, he's doing the Miss
Yeah.
Marianne at the
For
end of
some
Romper
more.
Room.
Let's wind it down, everybody.
Yep.
Jake V, who's been joining us for fucking PC Gaming Night, dude, fucking awesome.
Yep,
Gabby,
he's good.
who's
Gabby's
fucking
good.
also been joining us for PC Gaming Night. You guys are great. Who else we got here?
Seabart, we got
Seabart. Well, I mean, he's on the show.
Yeah, and then we got
I'm
Necros.
right here, Mock.
Necros is, yeah, I'm just saying the people that play. I'm just talking about the people that play.
This was on earlier. Adam G was on earlier.
Tilt it.
He's been on before. We got to get Gak back in there.
We need to get
Yeah,
Gak in there.
Yeah.
As low as it goes.
So maybe
Really?
next week we could do another. We'll get Gak and Carrie and
For sure.
Jimbo. Jim
So
can
maybe
play on
not
his
this
keyboard.
week, but yeah, but like next week we'll definitely do some Killer Queen.
She
Not
is a
expensive.
killer. Queen.
It's a fun game. That's a fun game with a big group of people.
Guaranteed to blow your mind. Anytime.
Folks, we do this every
Sing us
single
out,
week,
Jim.
sometimes twice a week.
Sometimes twice a week, yes.
Jim is gonna sing us out of here, and we're fucking done. But we'll see you
Yeah.
maybe on Saturday, hopefully.
Yep.
Actually, we'll see you hopefully on Thursday, but we'll definitely be back for this shit on Saturday.
We'll do the dealer.
All right.
All right, Jim. Sing it.